Hello, everyone, and welcome to the American Reach Mahjong League. This is Korak. I am joined by Stanley. Stanley, how you doing?
Good.
All right. Well, we're going to start off with some B1 action with Ryan, Jay, Pio, and Galhan. Of course, I think you know Jay a lot better than I do.
Yep. And their game has started slightly, and it looks like Jay has now just reached on this really dirty one-pin cheat toy.
Yeah, with that two-pin pair cut fairly early. Of course, one of those is Suagiri, but one
Oh,
does not look dangerous, and it comes right out. Dodges it Patsu at least, but it is reach Shitoidora 2. Any Aura Froniman? Yep, there it
yep.
is, and that is a huge hit on Ryan.
Yeah, that's pretty unavoidable for Ryan, because one-pin does not look bad at all. I mean,
No,
it,
2, 2, and then 5 pin in your pawn. One's going to be very safe there, unless it's like some dumb Cheetoy.
yeah. Unless it's some dumb cheat toy.
I
Oops.
mean, in fairness, that's I'm repeating myself, dumb and Cheetoy, so.
I love cheat toy. That's where you pull stuff off like that. I mean, that's unfortunate that there are twos on the tile that you dealt into. That's like I always hate it when it happens because it's like it feels like a slap in the face. It's like, why did you deal it?
That's the thing about Cheetoy and why it can be very powerful, is those Aura will come into and those Doras come into. At least in Akinashi with that in your red fives. Dealer here has a nice little Pinfu hand. Maybe Tanyao would love to pull a Dora in here on the right. Pinfu, you'd love to draw the 7 so and just hit the button to be done with it. But may other just be Richinomi. There's also a 678 Sanshku with some shifts across the way. It's a Pinfu, but you really need that 3 pin with that 1, 2, 4, 5 shape. And now you're just looking at it going, ugh. And goes and cuts the 1. Now, this does give an awkward 2, 4, 5, 7, 7 shape. You really don't want to cut the Dora there, but if you draw the 6, you could even use the 7 as a Kanchan with a 5. And on the left, few pairs, not much else. I mean, with that, do you even just consider Chinitsu, maybe hedge by cutting the 8-6?
Nah,
No, just yeets the
cuts the
Dora right
Dora.
away.
Wow. I mean, I feel like you really can't afford to eat the Dora after dealing into like this big hand, but kind of is what it
Now,
is.
it's only East 1. You have a long way to go.
I mean, should
But,
be chance to hedge for sure now with like 3 Shanten for
well, yeah, you
Chinitsu.
just keep drawing things. And at this point, it's even a Suanko hedge. Bit of a backfire there for Pio. Gave up on the Kanchan, and of course, fills it the next turn because that's how it always is, right?
Of course, short dingers Konchan.
That's the last 9 pin, passing it. So I think we have
Chi.
Ryan basically committed to Chinitsu, possibly Chitoy, but cutting that 2 pin, Dora, it makes that unlikely. Dealer now with a very nice hand, but it's 6 block. So just throws the Haku away considering it's 2 cut already. Can't really call it or do anything with it. Seems perfectly reasonable. And the 2 5 pin is just dying.
Yeah. I mean, the positive thing is that you probably know where all the 2-5 is, but the sad thing
All
is
the
that your
fives are
fives are just
dead now, and you
dead.
see 3 of the 2s. So honestly, you may just cut the 3 pin fairly soon and lock that in as a
Riki.
pair. I think the Champon's okay, but there's our Tenpai on the right, going for the Furita and Ricci, Pinfu, possible Sanshoku, and would require Sumo since it is Furitan with that 9 so in the discards for PO.
Looks like Jade's just gonna completely fold out. Pretty understandable with your 2-5s just not existing anymore, pretty much.
Yeah, and then you look in the log and realize you folded to a Furita. There are few worse feelings in Mahjong.
I wouldn't feel that bad. 50k full from for a 10. But that's East Shanten for Chinitsu on the left here by Ryan.
Yeah, the
The
9 so's dead, so you will need the 8 so to complete that hand.
Or just take Tenpai.
I think you just take the Tenpai. Let's see. That's not Tenpai, though. That being a big problem, you have to call that. You have to call that too, I think.
Yeah, why is that not a call though? Because you can at least just be.
You get rid of the 9 anyway. Again, the 9 is worthless in this hand. You need the 8, and you still need the 8. And if you draw the 8, then you're still on an ugly shape. And see, now that 3 would come out, and you'd be in Tenpai waiting on 5-8. on Genbutsu even for Chinitsu. I think that was definitely a lost chance there for Ryan, but just
That's
draws the 8
Tenpai.
immediately. Is this Tenpai? Is it on the 5?
It's
Yeah,
on
it
the
has to be the
six
Kanchan
six.
5.
Is
Oh,
it
is it
not on the
6-9? Let's
6-9?
see.
6-9?
Yeah, it is 6-9.
6-9
Okay, it does
5.
get there.
Six, yeah.
But we'll be rewarded with 1,500 points for that. So you're wishing for a lot more, but does at least get the Tenpai payments out of it. PO dealer here, East 3. Couple pairs. This is very much a floater heavy hand, so you're not quite sure what to do with it. And any of the Chun pairs are going to kind of hedge towards the Honitsu, but it may just be a call and go. Any value is probably fine with that 1,600 in the middle. On the right, two Dora, a whole bunch of pairs in Onko. So that's one where that's definitely a call and go. Across the way, couple pairs, three of them. Like this is the Toitsuba hand or lots of people with lots of pairs. But we have a Tenpai on the left waiting on 5-8 so for Tanya Nomi.
Yeah, it's a pretty typical standard fast hand when you're ahead and you don't have to do anything. But a lot of fives are being held right now on the right by Galhan, so it's gonna take a while before this hand wins, but it should eventually win overall, depending
You
on.
can switch this if you want to get greedy fishing for Dora, but you can't possibly think this is a bad shape.
No, you can't. I mean, there's a lot of eights left too, anyways, so nothing to worry about. That's a
Dealer just going Otozuki here.
wow.
Pio says, you know what? I want the value in the middle. We'll just call the tune and be done with it. If we get lucky, we'll pair up the East. But there it is. Tenpai waiting on Formon. There's a fairly loose one possibly across, but I think it's going to be used with that 5.
Yeah, I don't see it coming out anytime soon for now. But
You're much more likely to cutting that 9-mon.
yeah, there are two 4 mods currently left in the wall with a lot of with 4 or 5 8 mods left in the wall. So
Interesting question. If the 6-mon comes, do you just pawn it and wait on Hadakatanki?
Tonki, Pio might.
Well, Pio draws Dora and
Yeah,
says,
Jinx has
nope,
a
we're not
swap.
throwing that. So this is no
Hey,
longer Tenpai with the 5-6-6-8.
well now you should definitely pull it.
Well, yeah, I mean,
Oh, this is better, I guess.
Well, that's going to be a cheap deal. And it's just Tanya, but with the home bud is 1,600. Pio will, though, take it and we'll move on. These 4. Galhan is dealer. Possible Itsu and Mon. Other than that, just kind of awkward floating tiles. You have a 7-7-9 pin. Even that isn't great. On the right, we see the South has been called. The question is how greedy you're going to be. I think I like 8 pin. And there it goes. Does technically hedge the whole Itsu, but you're just planning on going for taking this as the Ishan 10, it looks like. Across the way, distant Itsu and Mon there as well. A floating door, which is the east, but it's kind of a messy hand. On the left, Uncle of the 3-so, that feels also just like a call and go hand. There's not really any value in it because the only way you're going to build value with that hand is Haku anyway, and the shapes are just not there. You similarly have that 3-6, so there are a lot of the tiles that connect to it. And if you had time, it'd be great. But someone's already open and is just throwing all sorts of dangerous tiles. You have to assume that's a Honitsu. But if that 3-pin ever gets called, then you'll just be like, "What on earth is he doing?"
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, Ryan currently is looking most likely trying to look for Dorotonki here, but it's gonna be really rough. But Steeler's gonna Galhan's gonna try to hold on and pair one up on his own. Itsu's working out pretty well here, but needs to find another block afterwards. They
Well, as a
Itsu.
very big advocate of Dorotanki, the problem with it is if you then have to push it later for tab 5, because how that floating door is stuck in your hand, especially when it's Yaku high like this, you know someone needs it. We're in the awkward position where the only time when that doesn't happen when you have multiple people with one of them.
Yep. Which is currently gonna look like that, but we'll see how it
I'm
turns
kind of
out.
surprised that 4-so wasn't cheap.
Probably doesn't want to go open Itsu immediately, but I'm not exactly
Well, you
sure.
always have the Dora pair up as a hedge anyway,
Oh,
but we'll
and this
now
is
have
the
some safety.
problem. Now Isa's never
I
coming
say
out.
safety, but you're gonna have to cut the 5-so here. I think you just have to fold, and you just shove. If you're going to shove, I think you just should just call the 4-so. Because you can get away with a 5. The 3 doesn't look terrible, and now it looks very safe. You probably get away with the 1-2 mon.
Yeah, cut 7 pin sushi. Dora sushi.
But from my memories, Galhan has a very low call rate. You can see up there on the set, just in this season, it's 25. And I think that was higher than his last couple seasons. Oh,
Oops.
there's your Dora pair up.
Yeah, he should. Jahan's most likely going to use this as his pair because he knows that it's not going to be possible to
Yeah,
basically
no
be able to
one's
avoid
throwing
it.
it unless it's in the wall and it comes out from the Ricci, or you draw it yourself. It doesn't matter.
Yeah. Currently, Ishan 10 now for Itsu. Would have preferred
Yeah,
the
now you
7 pins
can just
back.
shove. Waiting on the Genbutsu 3 mon, but we'll need that 5-8 pin first.
Yeah. Obviously, they would have preferred to have the 7 pins oncoed and then just be Tenpai on the 3 mon, but
That'd be a lot better, but you take
yeah.
what you can get. The
Oh!
forward is not. Oh, wow.
Wow!
You could even just
Eat.
Ricci
Yeah, I think
this.
you just slam Ricci. Unfortunately, you don't know your weight's like bad, but
Yeah, you're going to see that Onko later. Probably when this goes to a draw, you're going to feel really bad about it. But the 5
yeah.
is dead. The 8 is 1 left of the wall. And on the left, it's the 5-8 mon. The 5 is
Also dead.
dead, and the 8
Sumo.
is
Also dead.
not dead. Oh, there's our sumo.
I got.
Ricci, sumo, Itsudor, too.
Oh no, they were both one wall each. Oh, and hits her.
And the aura doesn't make any difference. It was already Hanemon, because of course you get 2 Han from the closed Itsu. But that's going to put Gauhan in first place, managing to overtake Jay here. We're still only East 4. Gauhan with a hand that you kind of want to hedge towards Junshan. It just feels awkward, and now it just 6, 7, 8 Sanshoku, 7, 8, 9. Chanta slash Junshan kind of feels out of it. I hate these hands because it's going to push you in completely opposite direction. You're going to eventually pick one, but the hand isn't going to cooperate from my experiences. On the right, maybe just Honitsu now. You have so many Sotaos and callable Yakuhai across the way. Nice Onko fill into that Formon. It looks like just Ricci Tanya most likely, and on the left, couple pairs in an Onko. Maybe even just cut the Shaw and go Tanya with this. We'll see.
I think everyone has pretty straightforward hands except for the dealer. Dealer has to. Gaohan probably has
Pio's
to
in an
like.
awkward position. Drew the 1 mon door and cuts the 3-5.
Oh.
Oh, well, okay. Well, that's a nice little draw over there for Ryan. I just call and go
Oh, and
easily.
got.
Could
Oh,
even get
and
potentially Cheetoy.
Pio also uncles up the west now, so he's just Ishanten
That's an
right
easy
now.
Chi. This should always be a Chi. It's a
Chi.
miss if you don't call this.
Yep, currently Ishanten now for Honitsu. Uh,
Will be at least one Yakuhai, unless there's a shift.
yeah.
Oh,
Ooh,
no. And that's actually really annoying. You cut the 6 and then the 9, I think. Because it
six
does give you
nine.
Itsu routes.
Yeah, probably. I don't. Also,
The
wouldn't be
question
a.
is, how important is it for you to be able to call the 9? When I look at this hand, I don't want to call the 9 anyway.
Yeah.
Well, there you
Pawn.
go. Easy pawn, cut the 6. If you throw the 9, is a mistake. This should be the 6.
Oh
Misses
no.
the Itsu. That is a mistake. Ryan's
Yeah.
going to need to look at that in the log, but potential value, especially that 1 comes out from the dealer here.
Yeah, it looks like it might come out if they decide to push, but it'll only be 39 if they deal in.
Sumo.
Oh, okay. It didn't end up mattering, but that never should have been the 9. We'll get the 4,000 from that, and Ryan will at least close the gap a little bit. Still 11,600 short of third place. We'll have dealer turn here with a decent hand, potential 678 or 79 Sanshoku, where 7 pin is Dora. Could even potentially go Itsu and pin. I don't really like the 3, so that feels like a Honitsu hedge, but I think these shapes were good enough. You didn't really need it. On the right, potentially Peiko there with that 445-666 shape, and so distant
Chi.
Chinitsu, but possible. And okay, well, Ryan just going Chinitsu, not even really thinking about it, calling the 8 pin. Across the way, that hand is a mess. Like maybe there's a 789 Sanchuku eventually, but ugh. On the left, that's that's already a really wide Tenpai. Ishanten, rather. Looking for the 147 Mon. or the 3-4-8 so.
Yeah, Kahan should probably be easily get Tenpai first, but he also risks just dropping a lot of Pinzu on his way to Tenpai. So this depends on how he's gonna pivot this. But if he just never draws Pinzu, it's also never a problem. So, but this chase is gonna take a while because they still need to take a lot. Still needs a lot of tiles into Tenpai, and haven't
Yeah, so
been able to draw
going
Pinzu
back in this
themselves.
hand, the cutting from the set when you have that 7-8 shape already, that's why I didn't really like this call. Is you had good floaters everywhere. I'm gonna see a Dama on the left in the 8, so it comes right out. I think you always just Ricci that, even though it's Ricci Suji, and I think that was the idea was delay on this, and then Karagiri Ricci something waiting on that Suji 8. But I
Pump.
think you just smash the button because there just aren't improvements in this hand.
Wait,
Your best
Sanshoku.
improvement is a Pinfu.
Is one two
I
three
guess you can get the
Sanshoku?
Sanchoku if you get the 1 or the 2.
Oh, like there?
Okay, well there you go. This
Oh,
is gonna
and
be
you have
easy
Sushi set
fix.
up.
Each.
Yeah, but at the same time, that 3 will look a little suspicious.
Really?
Although at the same time, 5-3.
Still think coming
The
away for
problem
five
is you just a
three.
bunch of middle tiles
Oh,
in
don't.
every suit. Oh, okay. Well,
Oh,
if it's
yeah,
gonna
okay.
come out, that's the answer then. Ricci about Sanchoku.
Sanshoku. Yeah, it just looks like you were
Or it
coming away
doesn't
from a
make a
5-3,
difference.
really.
Okay, well, just draw it in and fill it, and there you go. J with type of pin food, maybe. You have the South Dora floater, but the shapes just aren't that good
That's
here. On the
pretty
right,
horrible.
Pinfu type hand, nothing fancy
Pump.
there. Potential reach Pinfu Tanya across the way. Pinfu there as well. Possible 79 Sanchoku if you get a shift in pin on the left. We have the pay has been called. Probably going Chanta here.
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, Jay's hand's going to be pretty slow overall, but the hand on the left isn't even that fast either with how the shapes are looking like.
Well,
But at least they'll get
Ishan 10 on
Chanta.
the right for Pio.
Yeah. Pio's somewhat sad that he dealt into Sushi Bait. But
Well,
it's
Tenpai now. Will he take it? And if you do, which way
So
do you take? I think take the
sad.
Champon. Yeah,
So sad.
he's just gonna Dama this. I'm trying to figure out what the upgrade. Maybe Forbon for
On
Ipeko.
Ipeko, I don't know.
But now a 4 just came out, so even that plan's kind of out the window.
Maybe you're just dropping. You'll drop a pair. Yeah, to play for a double
Okay,
south.
he's gonna fish for Dora. I can see this.
Yeah.
Chi.
You can do this, or you can go for like Itsu maybe. Yeah, then
Yeah,
drop a
now
three
you just
again.
go for Itsu. You cut the 3 mon here, I think. Yeah.
And then
If
now
you're
you'll
not
have
going to
three
play
all.
it just by hitting the button immediately, this is how you're gonna work it.
I actually kind of like this to drop out because your weight is not that great. Plus, you had no value. So fish a little bit more. Calm.
Well, now you
Oh!
con. Oh wow!
Wow,
Well,
that's the
good
easy
enough.
Ricci.
Yeah. So that is Ricci, Dora 2 right now with a bunch of Fu. Of course, the South is double South and Dora, so if you hit that, you're in business.
Yo. Yeah, this is kind of insane.
And now
I-
you have the 3-3 and an 8. The 5 doesn't look terrible. 5 mon doesn't look terrible against it.
Yeah, well, I mean, Jay most likely here will be folding out properly, but we'll have to see about mostly the player on the left, Ryan.
Well, Ryan could have been Tenpai, but didn't want to push the 4 pin earlier.
Quite understandable, because there's a con here, and slightly free 10 on this 8-9 mon, so.
No,
What
the
kind of
8
wave
safe.
Oh, okay,
well,
the
there's
South.
your South. That's the end of that. So it needs to
Yeah.
get the 5 mon. There are 2 of those left in the wall, both in the wall still.
Yeah. Wouldn't be surprised for Ryan to fold on the 5 mon because he just runs out of safe tiles. He's technically not conceding
Jay,
right
also
now.
Ishan 10, needs the 2-5 so and the 7 pin.
Jay also has a chance of dealing in
Uh-oh.
here. Yeah, he's gonna. Ooh.
Correctly throws the 3 so.
first. 1 pin.
No, he's just folding. Good dodge.
Yeah, but does he have any safe tiles after this? Oh, 6 mon, 6 mon, 6 mon, probably.
Yeah, 6 is plenty safe here.
1 is safe. I guess the 5. Oh, wow, good dodge by Jay. Didn't get greedy by the door, too. I don't think he'll deal in from here. I mean, I hope. Alright, we're good, we're good, we're good. Let's Humon. Tumon 3. Okay, yeah, he's definitely great. Good.
Now the 6, you don't even have to really think about this.
Yeah. Well, Pio has one more left in the wall. Good luck. Oh, never mind.
Well, could see a con here. The 2 still look very safe, though. So I just throw it. Oh, okay.
Oh. Is this shifting Haite?
Not really. It does, but it shifts it from someone who wasn't Tenpai to someone who's not Tenpai. This should be a chi cut too. Oh, okay. Well, now you just throw the 2 so.
Oh, wow.
I mean, the 5 has come out. It is a great Tenpai. So we're going to see 2 players Tenpai. 3rd and 4th gain a little bit back, but we're now in South 3, running out of hands. Pio is dealer here. Nice little Onko of the 9-mon. I guess it's probably just Richi Nomi or Richi Dora here. You have the... Ooh, whoa! What is that Forso cut? I don't understand this at all. I'd be playing this before as a Pinfu hand.
What is this,
1 so, 1 pin, 9 so. I think 1 so is just the best cut normally, because you're not really going Junshin. That almost feels like a brute force Honitsu, but I don't think you need that from here. I have no idea
what the...
now.
Okay.
In the meantime, on the right, that's a real hand with double south, possible Honitsu upgrades across the way. Couple pairs, maybe Honitsu in so, and on the left, nice little Pinfu hand with a Dora. Actually, the shapes are great for Ichi Pinfu Dora 1.
Oh, unfortunate for Galhan, he would have drawn the
Tenpai
south.
on the right on Tuso.
Oh wait, no, he doesn't draw the south. What is going on with Pio, by the way, though?
I have no idea what Pio's doing.
Is he trying to cook up some, like, Suonko or, like, Chitoi BS? Because, I don't know. I mean, Tuso, there's still 4 left in the wall. I mean, it's pretty good.
Well, at this point, maybe you could consider that Galhan has a Toy, but from those doing this from turn 1, I have no idea what Pio's up to.
Maybe we just need to let him cook for a bit.
I don't know. I think he's going to get torched here.
I think he's just dealing into it like 2,000, calling a day. Which shouldn't happen.
Let's see. 2,000 would not be enough to lose 3rd place.
No, but
2,300 wouldn't either. Oh, well, now he's just Ishanten.
How is he Ishanten here?
Would be Tenpai.
Oh, yeah, he would be Tenpai. I mean,
if it kept the 7. But, oh, just Sumo.
Matter.
So that shuts it down. Going to be 3,300, and we're in South 4.
Yep. Currently Gallo's dealer as
well. That's a hand. Not much
Wow.
value, but that's fast. You just cut the pay here. Take your Ishanten. Potential upgrades are on the Forso on the right.
Oh.
Tanyao type hand, maybe Pinfu as well, but feels way slower than the dealer across the way. Cuts the 8 from a pair there. There are so many pairs in that hand that makes some sense. And on the left, couple Dora, and you're looking for the value. You're looking at the hand going, this is great. We have Honitsu, Haku, Dora 3, maybe Toy, and it's just not going to finish.
No, but
it's now Tenpai on 7th pin. Yeah, I think Pio just always deals in here.
Pio has somehow grabbed everything in terms of dealing wise, so it's gonna be hard. I believe. Oh, he's just dealing in here. Yeah.
Yep. And there is extra fu in this hand with a 1 Soanko, so it will be a full 2,000 instead of the 1,500. And now there's a 100-point gap between 3rd and 4th. Oh, well, that's a starting hand for Gaohan.
Yep,
just Honitsu, double Yakuhai, maybe Toy upgrades.
Yeah.
On the right, 2 Dora, call and go for Tanya. Across the way, Pinfu, nothing fancy there. Shapes aren't great, but they're not terrible. And on the left, probably a Pinfu hand. You have a bunch of pairs that are hard to pull in. Maybe you just convert to Tanya. Going to play the efficient 3 so first, though, just to kind of see what happens.
Yeah. I mean, Galon here is just basically trying to run up his score. He's not in a great place on the leaderboard at the moment, so he definitely needs more raw points.
Yeah, sitting at there minus 28.6. There are often extra promotions out of B1, but you don't even really need to worry about that. It's the seventh game of the season. That's an easy pull. You always call that.
Should be a
It's
point
Dora
here.
3. Like, unless you're really selling out a G Toy, and I don't see why you would, you just go. Not to mention the fact that this tells everyone else, hey, I have Mungon.
Well, and Galon just kind of just doesn't care right now. He's just gonna push as much
Well,
as
at
he
this
can.
point, Gallon's like, I'm going to get Mungon when I get this East.
Yeah. Oh, that's a really nice
Ishantan on the
draw.
left as well.
Ishanten. Yep. Pio does want to win this hand to secure his third place. Doesn't want to lose 10,000 extra points for no reason.
Yeah, could end up in trouble though with Tharichi because that stick will drop him under if something else happens.
Yeah. It's kind of bad too because if he reaches, he's going to provide free Sozu tiles to the Honitsu to Galhan, who's currently dealer right now.
Well, he just throwing three so anyway.
Oh, is he
Interesting.
gonna
Yeah,
Hadada
just throws the
Tonk?
south rather than the west.
That makes sense though, because you don't want to give double south to this weird 2-mon pawn.
That's an easy cheat.
That should
That's
be
like
a
the
chi
perfect
here.
tile. Wow. You just
Should
cut
be
the
jumping
3 or 9.
3-pin. Yeah.
Yeah, the 3 is kind of sucky, Gary. Get rid of it now while you can. Well, that's
Oh,
I
it's
think you have to
Tenpai.
reach you that one.
Galhan should probably be
And of course, you draw Dora on
full.
Ipatsu. It doesn't feel good about that. This will be a deal in. Reach it, Ipatsu. I mean, you have to take that Tenpai. Tanya Dora 3. And will be the deal in there, but Pia will get third. Galhan, though, our big winner here. At 42.2, Jay gets 17.5. Started off hot and just kind of sat there for most of the game. Pio minus 21.9 did get some wins there towards the end, and Ryan unfortunately got Tempa in that last hand, but had that leftover 9-pin and dealt in there at minus 37.8. We'll take fourth here.
Yep. And whenever the standings will update. But I believe they're starting another game
Yeah, next game's showing up in
immediately.
10 seconds, according to my watch.
Yep. But standings will update eventually, whenever they feel like updating.
Soon, TM.
Soon, TM. But they've been kind of broken recently, so it might just not even update ever. But either way, that's insane by Galhan. Really needed those points. And Jay, not even that sad. Even though he took a second, he took a really strong second, and more points to his current score. Galhan's currently dealer, reliving his previous hand, and wow, they just jumped straight to a second game. They want to make sure they want to make sure we reach our 5 o'clock games.
All right, well, Galhan here has potential upgrades to the Honitsu, but I think it's just a call and go. Can't always ship to Zodora. On the right, kind of a messy Kanchan hell. Let's see, let's play everyone's favorite game show. Count the Kanchans. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 of them and a Penchon. Yuck, I hate those hands. Across the way, potential Itsu. Actually, the hand's looking really nice now, especially get that 6-so. And on the left, Rishi Pinfu Tanya. 7-pin would be a really nice pull. Oh, and Ryan decides, you know what? With 5 Kanchans not enough. Let's get 6 of them.
Oh, okay. So I need to manually refresh the standings. There you go.
Yeah, they do have to be manually refreshed on that end, but now that that's taken care of, we should see the update. Jay in third place now in the division here in B1. Gohan into the positives. Ryan still out of demotion, and Pio in pretty rough shape right now.
Yeah.
Well, Ishunten now for Ryan would likely be Richidora 1, waiting on that 2-so.
Oh, Gohan.
Oh, that's a
tile.
draw. Now you can either just call the Haku and get the 1 Han, or ideally draw the 8-mon yourself.
Yeah. Oops. Or even just getting a pair on the 7 or 9 mon would be pretty preferable too.
Well,
But
there's your Dora. That's an easy
Eat.
reachy. The question is, which weight do you want? The Shampon with the
prob
Nakasuji 5-pin looks amazing here.
yeah, the Nakasushi looks pretty good. Looks pretty good for
Hey,
folders
just a
at
bit
least.
unfortunate that 5-pin is definitely in a usable shape there for J, so it may not come out. You may end up having two people waiting on the same tile.
Yeah. And Galhon can finally shift out of this Conchon 8 that's currently being 3 held.
Could see a pawn,
Probably by
Boom.
point
and if that
here.
7 deals in, and there it
Done.
goes,
Oh.
Richidora 1. No, or so not a bunch of damage there. But because the 4 is always safer than the 7. Well, not always. Or the 7 is always safer than the 4, not always. We saw the same thing last hand going in, where the 3-pin was the safe tile and the 9 was the deal in kept later. But just playing the stats there. And occasionally, it doesn't work out for you. Well, Ryan now has a tuned pair, a couple other pairs. Hand's kind of a mess, but it's probably just call and go for your one Han. On the right, pairs everywhere. That is Shitoi Shunten.
Ooh. Should be
Across
a
the
Boom.
way,
easy pawn.
uh,
Yeah.
yeah, there's our pawn for the dealer. You just cut the 1 so. Door exempt is nice, but I don't really think it does much. On the other hand, I think the 8 so does help this hand significantly because it's just a mess anyway. Across the way, Ipeco now potentially needing another 8 so. Ricci, Ipeco, maybe even Dora in there. On the left, just a Pinfu hand. Can use the door to upgrade with, but it's not there yet.
Okay, well,
Well, now you're just perfect Ishanten for rank at the 6 mon, and that's the play.
yep. Ryan just filled the really nice Conchon on the 7-9 pin, and now just upgrades to a really nice shape. Forzo might eventually come out at any time. Probably will be staying there for a bit longer because you can play the Ipeco shape. Four
Well,
door
there's
acceptance.
Chitoe Tenpai on the right.
Right.
We'll just Dama on the 8-mon for now, looking for a better tile to wait on. Didn't really like the 3-pin or the 8-mon. Now, you don't want to be on a Monzu wait just with that pawn generally if you're hoping someone to throw it.
Oh,
There's Tenpai waiting on
Tenpai.
2 5-pin. I'd hit the button
I
immediately
think
with
that's a
that one. That's
slam.
good enough.
リーチ。
With that early.
What the
No!
fuck?
No, not on the 8. This is the delay
Eat.
1 turn cultist. And is going to get chased down immediately by a potential Ricci Pinfui Peiko.
Well, I can tell you one thing, that both weeks are just shit either way. 8 pin and 8 mon was both shit, so.
Yeah, 8-mon has 1 left. The 1-pin has 2
2
left. And the
left.
4-pin has 1 left. So it's a 1 versus 3 wait here.
Oh, technically it's sushi now to both play. 8 mon's now sushi to both players. I don't think Ryan's gonna
Yeah, but if
fold
you're a
out.
dealer, you're just shoving. You don't really care here. Unless you
Unless
draw
you
like
draw
Dora.
Yeah.
Oh,
Oh,
you just
or
cut the
that.
9 here. You just cut the 9.
No, he actually might fold. Like he's actually thinking about folding. See?
Done.
And is going to be punished for it. Deals into the Chitoy, Ricci Chitoy.
Ah!
Oh, the Aura kill. Punished for giving up on that hand. Dealer good weight Tenpai, not something you give up easily, and that's why. Pio, though, after that win, picks up the 8,000 and the Ricci stick from across the way. Has a Tanya type hand here. Maybe some Yupeiko shaped around the 5667 pin. On the right, probably a Tanyao, maybe a Pinfu. We'll see. You have an awkward 2, 3, 5, 6, 6. So you have the overlap on the 4 so. Their shapes are pretty good, though. Across the way, Pinfu, need the 7 mon, particularly 4 so would help a lot as well. On the left, you have the Anko. This is one of those hands that's close to Tenpai, but annoying because your final shape's going to be bad, and you have a floating door to get rid of.
Yeah. The hand really doesn't resolve itself until you fill miracle draws bad shapes, and you still end up on bad shapes. But oh, Pio with a really nice hand overall here. It's gonna be quite
Well,
fast.
looks cheap unless it ends up being Chitoy Tanyao.
Yeah.
But it's certainly callable with a 2 and 7 mon. Pair up on the south there on the right. There is one of those cuts, so just waiting on the last one in the wall if he throws it back.
I would have mind him keeping it and cutting like 1 mon or something, but that's only because I would
Well, I
have
think
thought
you
of
go for
cheat
this. You keep
toy.
the Sanshoku. So I almost like
That's
cutting 3 mon.
3 mon.
1
Is this
But we have Tenpai across the way, 2-pin
Shabo?
3 so wait for Riichi Nomi.
Yeah. We have another Shabo now.
The table's at a ton of Shampon weights.
Oh, what if he paused? I don't know. I always lose when I Shabo. So I've been going Konchan recently. But this is a decision here. We'll cut 6.
Now, Cultist in Shambles, Sanso wait not rewarded immediately.
Yeah. Oh, and this is gonna
That
be
is a pretty wide Ishan 10
Ishan 10.
for dealer here.
In fact, like, if this feels like on 4-7 pin, like Tenpai. Oh, what? Is he just gonna play a slightly safe?
The 7 was safe. Didn't want to throw that until you get to Tenpai.
Yeah. Oh,
Does
this
lose
is
a
better.
lot of efficiency, but draws it anyway. Riichi Pinfu. Tanya waiting on 4-7 pin. The 7s are 3 out, so 1 in the wall, and the 4s are 1 out, so 3 in the wall.
Ooh. Yeah.
So it's a 1 versus 4 weight, I guess.
Yeah. Oh, GG.
And there's one of them. Riichi, Pinfu, Tanya. Any Aura will turn us into a dealer Mungan. Of course, Aura 3 flow would be Hanemon. Oh, that was hurt. Those are the Aura you really hate to see flipped when you deal in. Is when someone has that 3 Han, especially a deal like that, goes to 12,000, and PO of 52,000, we're just in East 3 here, is rewarded with a not great hand, though. Nice shape in Mon, everything else is awful, though.
But at this point, you're already happy that you won your big one, so...
Yeah, you're fine just passing dealer around, moving on. On the right, Jay also has a very middling hand. Maybe you get some draws in Mon, so you can do something with it, but as for now, nah. Similarly, across the way, that just Kanchan Hell. Needs the 8 so, 7 pin, 6 Mon to do anything with that hand. On the left, probably the best hand. Definitely the best hand. Just no value, because you're not the West player.
Ooh, I am not.
Okay, I think 3 Mon is a mistake. Does it to avoid Furiten, but I would always hedge Sanshoku there.
Yeah, definitely it's the Sanshoku look there, so... In fact, I don't even know why the 1 Mon even came out in the first place.
Yeah, I think I'd probably cut the 7. I'd have to go back and see if that was the draw order, though. Now with the 9, so you can see he's thinking about Honitsu. I don't think the Haku does anything in that hand, though, and I definitely like holding that as a save tile, because I just don't like hands like this. Oh, no! That's a pretty rough backfire there for Ryan. Oh, no! This is Tenpai, Riichi, Pinfu, Sanshoku. Instead, will be now Riichi Nomi waiting on 2 5-pin. And the 5 gets paired up by dealer and has all sorts of Mon tiles to drop safely.
This is so depressing of a Tenpai. It makes me so sad inside. And this would have been best Sanshoku's 2-3-4 Sanshoku.
Certainly Nathaniel's favorite.
It's my favorite too. Yeah, I don't know how many 5s are left? 1, 2. Okay, it's pretty decently.
Just 1 5 and 2 2s, so 3 left in the wall at this point.
That's a pretty typical sumo amount. But we'll see. Now it's far. Quote, unquote,
now
far
you
Suji.
trust the long Suji.
Yeah, far Suji, long Suji. Any cultists here? You think that's a
For those who can't tell, long Suji is not a thing.
Oh, 1 2 is out, so there's 2 left. Yeah. We're just memeing. Don't actually use long Suji as a strat. That doesn't actually work. But
Well,
hey,
sure it works. Just throw it against my Riichis. Nothing bad will ever happen. Smile.
Whoa. And my Riichis too, trust me. If you see me at a tournament, it's easy. Wow.
Oh, well, there it goes. That's the end of this hand.
Yep, that's being robbed.
Only question is if anyone gets to Tenpai. Because you see on the right, they're going to try and sneak in there. Jay with one more draw.
I believe that's
Which is not Tenpai for dealer. Could shift the drop decimal. That is Tenpai
Nope.
if you shove the. Wait, is that? No, it wasn't. 4, 5,
No.
6, 7, 7, 8. Not 4, 5, 6, 6, 7, 8. So not would not have been Tenpai.
Yeah. I mean, Jay was probably
Well,
just
this
waiting
just looks
for-
like Chanta, maybe Honetsu. I might even just cut the 5 so right off.
I actually would not mind the 8 mon.
I mean, 8 months normal here, but I like the 5 so a lot with this hand. Because I'm just going to call, maybe go Honetsu, maybe, and keep the Sanchiku open as an option. But instead, just playing it regularly for now. On the right, that's just a Tanya, maybe even upgrades to potentially Suanko with those shapes. Across the way, Pinfu Tanya has a floating Dora, but likely get rid of it at some point on the left. South pair, but southeast not the wind. We're still only in east 4. Has also a Dora, but connected to a 6-8. 6-8-9, though, never ideal. Of course, you draw another 9 pin, then you got that 7 and can use 2 Dora. But the hand's just kind of a mess. Everyone's hand is a mess, is how I describe a hand like this.
Yeah. Jay decides to pass both north, so he's probably looking Cheetoy with his hand.
Ew! No!
Because I don't know what other hand you're supposed to play here other than Cheetoy.
Well, at this point, yeah, I agree. But like I said, I'd have gone
Toy.
Honitsu, Chanta, maybe even Toy Toy. Like, I think there are a lot better routes, and Chitoy is just a mess with this hand.
This is a non-Cheetoy believer in shambles.
Well, no, because I'd be in a better shape right now.
I'm actually not a big fan of how.
Well, because there would have been
played.
calls, the draws would have changed. But yeah, I don't like how this was played.
Even if
You're
it's
not
a
good at that
Cheetoy.
7 pin anyway.
Yeah,
I think he's
even-
trying to hit Chitoy and Honitsu, but when you pass that second pay, you've made your decision.
Yeah, I'm not a big fan of how this Cheetoy was even played in the first place. But we'll see how it is, because everyone's hand's just going absurdly slow. And I don't know if Jay's even trying to disguise Honitsu or something, or Chinitsu. Like, it's not working though.
Well, you have that Chun cut fairly early, so it doesn't scream Honitsu to me.
I don't know, because it could just be like a light pivot, you know what I mean? Okay, and it's just gonna commit to the Cheetoy now.
Yeah. Well, see, there is a potential Chitoy, but it's on the right for Galhan. Technically, Ishanten for it.
Yeah. Also trying to look for a Suanko here.
Well, yeah, I said from the start, you could hedge Suanko with that hand, and that's definitely been the plan here.
But oh, the 8s don't exist, the 6s don't exist. That's unlucky. And Jay is now in shambles with his hand.
Yeah, that would have been a really nice tile. You could have had your bro wins called. You could have cheated that 8 pin. I think you'd be Tenpai now for Honitsu Chanta Dora.
Well,
I know you do log reviews with him, so you're going to have to yell at him over this hand, because I don't like how this is played at all.
Oh, don't worry. You're talking to the Cheetoy fucking cultist right here. That's me. Oh, wow. I mean, is this like the type of game where everyone just ends no 10? This is depressing.
On the left looks very close. Was that? No, that's not Tenpai. The one on the
No.
left just looks like it's going to get there.
Oh, I mean, now Jay's finally Shanten. Maybe he, like, miracle draws into Tenpai.
Yeah, and then he pots him all on 9 pin, except 9 is dead,
And
so
nine
that's not
doesn't
possible.
exist. Also, just, like, wrong Cheetoy decisions throughout this entire hand.
You know what the wrong Chitoy decision is? Going for Chitoy.
Yeah,
Chi.
yeah.
Yeah, I like the Chi there for K10.
Yeah, definitely.
Now, this is what happens, is sometimes you just look at the table and go, everyone's screwed. I just want my 3,000, because this hand's worth more open than closed. Open without a Yaku than closed.
Yeah. Good job by Pio, though, for holding out those pawn tiles. But that's...
We'll have Haite chance. Oh, you should call and deny this. Plus, you get your own Tenpai.
Oh, that's pretty good. Good pawn by
Two
Pio.
players Tenpai. Well played there by Pio.
Yeah.
And good move there, as mentioned earlier by Ryan. They will both be rewarded with 1,500 points. And we're now in South Round.
Yep. Gohan has now starting with 3 pairs, so you already know what that is.
It's Tanyao. Anyway, on the right, kind of a Pinfu habit. You have double Penchon with the 8-9 Mon, 8-9 Pin, but if you're thinking that, you're like, I want to go Sanjigo, and then you look at your So tiles, and so much for that plan. Across the way, 2-3-4 or 1-2-3 Sanjigo looks like the best route on the left. Has a Dora, 5-6-7 Sanjigo looking very good there. Needs the 7 Mon, 5 Pin, and the 6, and there goes the 6, so that's Ishanten for Richi Sanjigo Dora.
Yeah, either way, just immediately slam Richie double, but your Tenpai is pretty free from 4J here. Oh, can even get Pinfu in, maybe? Probably should drop the
I
chain here.
don't think so. You're going to hold it just because if you draw another 7, it's a Dora pull.
Yeah, and then you'll have Richie Pinfu Dora too.
Yeah, and then I guess then you'd be headless. So there are routes to getting Pinfu in this. You're just not expecting
Really? You draw 7, drop 9, and drop 1.
Well, no, you draw. You have very different experiences than I do. I will draw 7, and then I'll draw like 7 Pin. And it's like, okay, sure, slam it with the Richidora too.
I'm not exactly sure what this 8-so cut is. Like, if you're gonna cut 8-so, why did you cut Chun in the first place?
Yeah, Chun's a better save tile. It was no cut at the time, but you shouldn't be
really
worried about it.
Yeah.
Dora pull across the way will upgrade the shape significantly there.
Yeah. Currently,
Dealer now getting pretty close here. Would really like a Suanko. I'm sure that comes as shock, wanting Suanko.
Yeah, also Shitoi Shanten.
I mean, if you get it here, these shapes aren't terrible for a Cheetoy.
Yeah.
And I don't mind this shape.
There's
your punish.
That's the backfire.
That is absolutely a punish.
Yeah, that's why I said you need to float the 8 to accept the Nardora here. Honestly, though.
Anko across the way. It's headless Ishanten.
Oh, now you
now you just have to slam it, and you're really sad.
Ooh, that's not good for Gohan. But thankfully he kept the 2 here, so he can maybe mosh it back into Tenpai.
That's a really bad draw.
Yeah, and
probably
he's like,
we'll get rid of the. Oh wow! Okay,
wow!
This could be. You just go 8-so if you've made this decision.
Or North. Yeah.
I say that just because you already cut the 8-so and it's Genbutsu, so you can't call it ever. There was your Sumo Son Anko.
Well, still like.
Oh wait, no, you'd
like
be
Son
one
Anko
short.
Tenpai.
Yeah,
right?
yeah, it'd be Son Anko Tenpai.
Why was
this should be a cheat?
Cut? Was this like actually cut for Cheetoy? I hope it actually was.
Yes, it was a Cheetoy. Well, plus it was safe to the Richi. But let's see. Look at the draw order. Oh, well, that was before the Richi.
That
doesn't make any sense. Yeah.
Oh wow! Everyone's just drawing Jay's tiles here. So.
More Cheetoy cultists in shambles. I approve of this game.
Wait, but that was always. But this was always a Toy Cheetoy like float. So I don't know. I think Galen's like trolling a little here.
Sumo.
Well, there's the Sumo. Reach Sumo Dora. Did lose out on that other Dora, but we'll take this. No Aura, but does get a nice 6,900.
I guess the ideal shape for Jay was that he'd just have the Nardora plus Pinfu for Mongon, but it's really whatever.
All right, Ryan filling that Ryan Khan with a 5-pin draw on that first one. Potential 2-3-4 Sanjiku. Actually, a very good starting end here. On the right, couple pairs, 3 of them. You have that floating 9 and a couple extra floaters. So this is a hand that's either going to finish very quickly or very slowly. And those are also frustrating because, I need that 1 or 2 tiles to make the hand go. And if it doesn't, you're just sitting there staring at the tiles going, some year it will come.
Yeah. Ryan has made...
Across the way, Pinfu type hand, maybe Honitsu and So. And on the left, Hatsu pair, probably just call and go with that.
Yeah, like I was going to say, Ryan actually had made really good progress on his hands already. Like, he has this Ipeko looking shape, and he can...
Kyo Ishanten.
at the moment, but it's pretty easy to find a pair with this. But Pio here.
Oh, do you just cut the 7-9? Yeah, that looks to be the plan, hedging towards the Sun
Song
Unko.
Onko, right? Yep.
That's a nice draw. You cut the 9-pin here for Ryan.
But do you ever just cut 2-pin just so you can play?
No, because I want to move this to 2-3-4 if possible.
2-3-4, yeah. How do
I
you
mean,
get
it's
2-3-4?
hard given the 5-6 already. Oh,
Oh
there you go.
wow,
There's your
that's
answer.
easy. Now it's
5-6. Yeah, you cut the 5-6. So
Oh
no,
no.
Ipeko. No.
No. Thank you. Me and Quark are both in pain. How is this not Iveco?
Well, knew the 4-pin was going to be drawn by Galhan the next turn, so that 4 is now dead. Turns out this may have been the right decision.
Quote unquote right. Yep. And it's gonna expose himself a little bit with the 6-5 cut back to back.
Yeah, and you know it's a good shape. Well, this is perfect Ishan 10. You can take this, and we'll do so.
Yeah. I would have it.
Oh, that is an awkward shape. You're just supposed to throw Dora here and take the Ishan 10, but it never feels good to do so. Instead, going to get super greedy here. Probably reading the 8-pin's pretty good in the wall and is actually correct, as that's the first one drawn there on the left now.
Yeah. I mean, the most ideal situations draw.
Oh, I hate that 6-mon cut. This should be the 5 because
Yeah.
again, you lose Sanchoku.
Are we...
Oh, Sanjuku Doko. That's the real play here. Then it throws it right back. No.
Dude, they're not dreamers. Actually, not dreamers. Makes me... What the... Are we just continuing Cheat Toy here?
Yeah, it's more Cheat Toy. This game is utterly cursed.
And... What in the
Hon
world
on the right, looking
doing?
for a Chinitsu upgrade. Now, Ishan 10 will need the last 3-mon, though.
Hey. Galhan could have been Doko.
Coulda, shoulda, woulda, didn't. Got the Chi Toy eventually. Now waiting on the door. This could actually end up paying up because the 8-pin is so good in the wall. You wouldn't expect it from this point.
Yeah, it's pretty good. Oh. Jay
That's just
also
a reach. You slam that every time. You just cut the... cut the 8.
You're or cut the 6, 8, doesn't matter. 8's probably safer, like way safer.
Yeah, that's why.
Unless for some reason that 6 was Genbutsu. Oh, Khan! Oh no! Jeez!
Khan into the deal in there, and the Chitoy does win. Richi Chitoy Dora 2. 2 Aura chances, misses both though. Galhan will pick up a Mongon there and close the gap significantly. Now no longer deep in 4th, but still pretty far in 4th by a Mongon, but not the 25,000 was before.
Oh my god.
Pio calls the east, looking to hedge towards Chanta or even potentially Honitsu here.
I'm not
on the right. Pinfu, maybe a Tanyao. Hand's kind of a mess. We'll see how it goes. Across the way, definitely a Pinfu Tanyao, especially when you cut that Penchon, just going for it. On the left, you have a floating Dora. That's just a Tanyao. The question, get anything else along with it.
At least that door is easy to use, and it's probably going to be really easy to use floating 5-pin.
Now you can see Jay wants to just call this and goes ahead and passes. And is rewarded with a Dora the very next turn.
I feel like that hand should be Menzen now, basically, because your hand's very good.
Your hand would just be 1,000 if you call that one. Like, the hand isn't there, unless dealer's showing something scary, which I don't think so, at least yet.
Yeah. Well,
like, I don't buy the Honitsu with the honors having been cut now. And when he does eventually get a Tenpai in this situation, it's going to be turn 13, 14 most of the time.
Yeah, probably near end of second row at earliest at this point, at this rate. Which is really good for Jay, because Jay needs time to build up his hand.
Yeah.
But he's gonna have to make a decision here. It's
Now
probably
you just
9
cut 9,
so.
so yeah. Nope, throws it
Oh,
back.
just wants
The 3
Gambit
so
to.
doesn't really want the perfect E-Shunten, but you're gonna feel really bad if you draw 2 or 5 so.
You don't.
But Ipeco.
But you also have to cut other shapes anyways. You don't want to cut your Dora block, and you also don't want to cut your Sun Munchan.
But Ipeco.
But I thought we already established that doesn't exist.
Home.
What?
Well, it does, but only if you go for it.
He's gonna call the 8s and gonna break out for
Well, at this
Benzen.
point, the hand's so late, I think you have to just go. Takes the E-Shunten here.
Gives Dor Kutsuki to Ryan here. So I believe he's 2 Shanten. We'll cut the 5 here.
No, Jay's E-Shunten. It's
Well,
the 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and then the 4 so pair.
yeah, I mean, I'm saying Ryan too on the left.
Oh, yeah. Ryan is currently E-Shunten now.
But it's gonna be really hard for Ryan to get to Tenpai. The 2s don't exist really.
Chi.
Well, there's Tenpai on the
Oh,
right,
yeah.
waiting on 258 Mon for Tanyodora 1.
Yep.
Sumo.
Oh, and
And there it is. And Jay will get something out of that. Now 100 points in second place, but any sumo will knock him under. And I'd say Galhan has a pretty good hand there with the double Yakuai call, but that hand needs Mongon, and he needs Mongon in this hand. So very interesting how this ends up being played. But you just go Toy Toy now. You have enough pairs.
Home.
You have to call.
You have
The
to
question, what are you
call
going to do
it.
afterwards? I think I cut 4 Mon. Yeah, I like this. You hedge Honitsu and you hedge Toy Toy.
Yeah.
Jay, though, with a Pinfu hand, nothing fancy here. We mentioned the Toy Toy across the way. Likely a Riichi Door 1. Could just go Tanya with it, though, for Ryan on the left. Maybe 1, 2, 3 Sanjuku. Maybe even... maybe not Junchan with that 5, 6 Mon, but potential
Ooh.
upgrades that direction.
Galhan gets his Toy look,
Kang.
but what?
Oh, Daiming Khan on the 5 so. Looking for extra value here. Flips the Shaw as the new door, the West.
But the bad thing for Galhan is that one of his Toy tiles is door indicators, and it's going to be pretty much quite impossible for him to get this out of anyone. So he's gonna have to draw the last one
Galhan's
himself.
hand is kind of a mess. And Dealer says, well, I'll go with this then.
Yeah.
Chi.
Ishunten for Dealer.
Jay also understanding that this hand's going to be quite quick, so he needs to get Tenpai as fast
That's
as
a
possible.
you can
What?
call that.
I'm pretty sure
I mean,
you
I
called
called for
that.
Tenpai. I would have
Yeah.
cut the 2 Mon, though, and just kept my Kutsuki 7 Mon 6 pin. Especially if you're not going to call the...
Oh,
okay,
wow.
that's why.
He knows
Make
what
us
we
look
don't.
wrong. Oh, and we don't see a Chi there from Galhan. I kind of expected Chi to deal it on 2 Mon.
But he also doesn't have any value.
Well, doesn't matter. This will not last too much longer. You
Yeah.
Chi and then cut the 4 pin. Get super greedy looking for the Dora. That's going to
Door
be the play
indicator.
here, but the difference is...
Oh, wow.
Oh, well, Temp... No, it's Ishunten.
He's Shanten, but it's going to deal in no
Yeah,
matter
but it's
what.
going to deal in. Like, there's no way.
Yeah, he's
Unless
pretty...
Dealer changes the hand. That's just
not
going to deal in on the right.
though. Yeah.
Oh, you draw a door or something, you might decide to switch to Dortanki.
West Tonki? Well, he didn't even do the West Tonki. So he's not
Oh,
gonna do
yeah,
it.
I would have switched. And I had given Tenpai there on the right as a result.
Yeah, I would have given safe Tenpai to Galhan, but it's just going to take the 1,000 here, or 1,500.
For Galhan, that was a hand you really felt you needed to win, because when you get all lashed and you get a hand like that, you're kind of sad when he just doesn't finish. But Jay is now, extends his second place a bit, still under 30k, but looking for a Tanyao. Not too much else here, maybe a very distant Itsu and Mon, but I think just play efficiently and probably edge towards Tanyao. On the right, speaking of Ipeco, or hands that don't exist, potential there with the 4-4-5-6-6, also a 2, so you actually have a completed 4-5-6, and then a Ryankun 2-4-6. One of those shapes a lot of players don't think about, but it's very easy to use and lots of value in there. Across the way, kind of a Pinfu hand, you have a couple pairs, and just kind of a mess outside of that pin shape. On the left, Chun pair, call and go. Actually, it's Ishan 10 for Chanta Sanchuku Dora, now that I look at it. Needs the 9 mon and
Yeah.
7 pin.
Don't know. Naimon is kind of impossible to get now, though. So, you can Autozuke, you can Chi and Autozuke 7-pin or Autozuke 9mon, but I don't know. I don't know about that one. Jay's actually building up a pretty decent hand. It's quite slow though because he needs to fill 2 Conchons, but overall, I think he might cheat us. Nope. We'll upgrade to a Dunman here, but he has a pretty slow hand overall.
The hand just feels so slow. I'd call that for
But
sure.
everyone actually has a pretty slow hand, actually.
That's something we've seen at this table quite a bit, is hands that look good, but then everyone else's hand is bad anyway, so it doesn't matter.
Jay's now Ishanten. I think he'll just
I
keep
could cut the 8 so because you can still hedge towards the... Well, on the other hand, you could
Oh.
that is full greed. That is, I want the 7 so.
Yeah.
So you have 2 different options here. You can cut the 8 so and just say I'm going to hedge towards the 3, 4, 5 Sanshuku, or you can cut the 3 so and say I don't need the Dora. But the 4 so is the I'm going to take a step back and try to accept Dora and Pinfu.
Yeah. Currently, Jay's 6 pins are currently all being held. So he's not
Well, I have
gonna
a
get
Chi
anything
Toy across the
so-
way, and it's Ishanten.
Wow.
There's Tenpai for Jay. Wait, no, it's not.
it's
It would have been
He would have
Tenpai
been Tenpai
because he
but
didn't take it earlier. Yeah.
He's gonna come away for 5-7 pin, and that's actually gonna help him because all the 6 pins are being held right now. But he's gonna need the Dora here, which is surprisingly still 3 walled.
Could also, of course, get an 8 so.
Yes, there's 1 8 so left.
Kind of a Chi Toy shape on the right. Doesn't want it.
Yeah. Jay's somewhat sad right now because I know he's like, dude, I just threw away my 3-4-5 Sanshoku. But your 3-4-5 honestly doesn't look that good.
Well, there's Dora, and it just comes right out, not called, nothing happens.
Yeah. Jay's probably still hopeful that he can still draw it, but I don't know about that.
And can we mention how Pio's just been stuck here and he's shunt in hell for like the entire hand?
He also didn't take the 7-mon to go, like, for the pair to go, like, Chun Pon and end the game. So I'm actually very confused. Okay, is that Tenpai finally?
No, it's Shunten. Still, just a different one, I think.
This is so painful to watch from just literally everyone.
Each.
Oh,
well,
it's
that's
Tenpai.
waiting on the 5 pin. There is 1 left for Richi Ipeiko.
God, I wouldn't have even reached
it is
that.
Nakasuji as well.
Oh,
well,
Jay
there's
Tenpai.
Tenpai. It's an easy slam. Yeah.
Actually, it might just be Putz or something. Iputz, like, it's either Iputz or, like, Iputz Hote. Oh, God, there's, like, so many things I can deal. Like, Gahan actually has Hote, too.
Oh, well, there's your 5.
That's
it is Nakasuji to 1 and safe to the other. But we'll throw the 1 pin instead. Oh, just Ipatsumo the Dora. Reach Ipatsumo Dora. A huge win there for Jay.
Yeah.
Dora doesn't matter, but that's going to be 40,000 and moves into a solid 2nd place now. Potential for first here. Has a decent hand to even chase down first. Looking for that Richi Dora. Maybe even Richi Itsu Dora, depending on what comes on the right.
Oh,
it's just a Tanyao. I'm trying to see a Pinfu. Even that's kind of awkward. It just looks like Tanyao. Across the way, couple pairs. Similarly, just seems like a Tanya. You have that floating Dora, so maybe you do something with that. And that 6 pin just pushes you towards an Anko. It just feels like it's just going to be Tanya. There's much you can do about it. And on the left, Kanchan's a couple places. The hand's decent. It's not good. It's not terrible.
Yeah. Good Richi by Jay earlier. I mean, he
broke the Tenpai. Usually you don't get to turn 16 for that late Richi, but
and then
it worked out really well for him.
That's why I wasn't a very big fan of Galhan's Richi, because you're just Ipeiko Nomi. You're Ipeiko Nomi with no points. So it sets up a situation where Jay could have potentially Iputsu or Iputsu mode or Hote Ron you. Like, It just sounds like an LLL for you, so you're also gonna save a stick. But
No,
we'll
the
have to,
idea is you sumo to get your Mongon and then at least get into third place, but
is it?
the end result there is ended up losing a stick. I don't hate the Ricci. Of course, I'm sure that comes as shock to everyone. Korak saying Ricci is fine.
Yeah. I mean, here Jay actually has a pretty standard Tanyao hand. Tanyao with maybe Sanshoku. Um, or
What
it's just.
about Ipeko?
What about Ipeko? Well, how many sixes are left? Oh, three ball. Oh, this is the easy fill.
Two
Or
in the wall,
two?
one on the
Oh,
left.
sorry. You also can draw the one mon, and then that's where your
Well, if you get
Sanshoku
the
be
Dora, then
sad.
you don't have to think too hard about it.
No. But
Well, that's Tenpai on the left. Well,
Tenpai.
okay.
Okay.
Yeah, I like the three cut there. So this is technically a headless, but a super wide Ace Shunten, and potentially a Nakazuchi trap on the 6 mon later if you pair up the 3-so or 4-so.
I don't think that's really technically. Oh, okay. I guess why you use technically, because I mean, do you just wait one turn
Yeah,
to
like,
reach you
you shouldn't
now?
fall for it, but technically. Oh, oh well,
Oh.
okay. So
Okay, but
which
which
weight
one
do
does
you
he
want? The
take?
4-7? Oh,
Oh.
I don't like this.
That's
I just take the
bold.
Richidora 1. That is a hard read, I gotta say. Oh, this may just be a chase.
Yeah, it's a really wide chase here, but wow, just
Nope,
gonna
gonna fold
fold.
it out. So there is actually the 6 is pretty good in the wall. There are 2 left, which you can't really expect when you see 2 of them.
Yeah, you're actually just expecting like zero, honestly, at this point. Like,
Yeah, your choice were the 4-7, the 5-8, or just this 6.
but
I think the 5-8 is the normal weight choice there.
5-8. Yeah, 5-8 is a normal choice, but Jay, I actually wouldn't have even mind Dama, honestly, because maybe you were thinking that that might have been a pair drop or something like that, and then you can just run them for like 39 and call it, and just play in our hand. But we're gonna have to see because there's still 2 left for some reason, and
Now Ryan's just giving up, which seems fine.
Gee.
Here, you can chi this and cut the 5 or the 8 for
oh,
Tenpai.
yeah, it's gonna take K10 here.
And I think that's reasonable. You don't want Jay to gain points on you.
Yeah. Also, pretty bad if you
Now
draw
that
the 6
2
mon,
pin's pretty
though.
scary. It is one
Wait,
chance. So yeah, not gonna have anything to do with that one.
yeah. Would have been pretty bad if you actually drew a 6 mon, because 6 mon is technically Nakatsuji. So. Oh, is that why Jay reached this?
G.
Yes.
相撲
Oh,
the
no!
chi into the sumo gets rewarded for this. Each sumo Ipeko
Bingo.
Dora 1. No Uro,
Oh,
but Jay gets the Mongon here. Goes for the worst weight, but that's the one he draws. That's all you hope for. That's going to be a big lead here. Pio now a distant second. Jay in control of this game. Although, of course, because he's dealer, if Pio hits a Mongon Sumo, would overtake. But Jay with a
Wow.
Tanya type hand here. Maybe just Ricci Pinfu on the right. Junchan Sanshogu, that's I don't really see another way to play that hand. You do have that Dora though, so maybe you pair that up and just go 1, 2, 3 Sanshogu and Dora 2 across the way. I don't know, Pinfu, Tanya.
Pinfu,
Feels like a
Tanya.
Tanya with a floating Dora. Yeah,
Pinfu,
it definitely
Tanya,
feels that way
Dora.
now.
Yeah. Pinfu,
And on the
Dora.
left, Pio's just kind of going for whatever. You see 3 pairs. He's just playing efficiency and see what happens.
I think Pio currently is just being depressed.
If I were in his position, I'd be pretty depressed too, especially when you see that that was the weight that was chosen.
Yeah. And the thing is, even in Chi, he would just fold it out normally. He would have just
Yeah.
been okay. Oh, Jane's in the chat, so just gives a smiley face after winning 2 back-to-back Mongon Sumos.
Just sumo. I mean, we
Just
say it all the
sumo.
time.
Here's the decision. Who's gonna cut the 6-pin to play the overlapping 4-pin?
The Dora shape.
But
Yeah,
you
you
have to play
could
the
even
Dora
cut the
either
2
way.
pin.
Yeah. You can cut the 2-3 shape, actually, since you're overblocked. But,
Right. But I don't hate the 6 either. It's
Yeah.
fine.
because the thing is if you draw the 4-pin, you're just super rewarded.
Oh, yeah. You're feeling great about this hand.
And this is
Oh,
not
well,
a
that
bad draw
works
either.
too.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're just going for Ricci, Pin, Foodora 1.
Uh, does Pio pull in this 8mon? Is the real thing. When it gets dropped.
I think you have to. Well, you don't have a Yaku, so no.
Toy Toy. Let's go. On the right, that's
リーチ
Tenpai. On
It
the
is. Did
Conchon
not get the
8.
Sanshoku, but it's Richidora 2 waiting on 8mon. And with that early 6, the 8 doesn't look terrible. And that 8 is loose for J.
Yeah. He just couldn't find a better replacement tile for the
Gee.
8. Oh,
He's
just
just
gonna
folding.
break
That's a
Ipotsu
call
and
to break
folding.
Ipotsu.
That's
I don't
really
like that
good.
at all. I
Oh.
don't like that at all.
Oh,
Because even if it's Ipotsu, it's like you're out maybe an extra 1,000. Who cares?
I mean, if he's probably just satisfied with folding with his current point position.
Yeah, and that's clearly the thought here.
Oh, he's currently Tenpai now for Pio. Waiting on
Tenpai
Genbutsu
on the left for
Hatsu.
possible Sun Anko.
Yeah. Also on Genbutsu
Waiting
Hatsu.
Genbutsu Hatsu. I just hit the button. Like, I know there's only one Hatsu left, but if we draw it, I want to murder Jay with it. Oh, there's your 8.
There's 8. Also, technically, so you can double run the 8 later. Oh,
Is tempted, but it's like, no.
No,
The
not
Furry
gonna
10
swap.
may have saved him there.
Yeah, not gonna swap because Furry 10. 6
I know he's sad about it, but yeah, he's like, okay,
yeah,
you know what? We've
he's
had
like,
our fun.
It's done. It's done. It's gonna have to reach Chi. Thankfully, won't deal in. So that's all that matters.
So one Hatsu left. That is the only winning tile.
Yep. Jay should not be pushing here, so don't know why it's
Yeah,
called
now
wrong.
if you're Jay, you're done with this hand. Nope.
Nope. Trying to figure. You should have relatively safe tiles to fold out.
This is Haite.
No. Yes.
Would be Hote at this point. Yeah, it is.
Yes.
That okay, does realize the 6, and that's going to be 2 players. Tenpai. Jay will got here with a first place, 39.3. Going to jump into a very strong second place in the division. Pio gets 17.4. Looked to be in a comfortable first place, but Jay just unstoppable towards the end there. Ryan takes a minus 18.5. Still technically out of the motion zone, but getting significantly closer. And Gauhan with the minus 38.2 is going to drop quite a bit into the negatives in that big grouping with Philip, Irie, and John and Edwin.
And whenever it is.
And we take a look at the stats, and Barry's just rolling.
Oh, Jay is slightly catching up. Half of Barry's points now. Let's go.
Yeah, more than half. Ooh.
Ooh.
Rachel, after having demoted last season, doing pretty well. Q in 4th place. I know he took a hiatus after having demoted the previous season. And on his way up, Josh sitting there at 70. Daniel in a solid position. And then a whole bunch of negatives. So when you have 20 people, you don't expect 6 positive players. But that's what happens when someone has 250 points after 2 sessions.
Yeah. And they will be starting up another game soon. I believe they're playing actually all 4.
Are we going to jump over to the B3 table?
Or do we want to jump over to the B3 table? Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
Yeah, that looks good.
We're done watching Jay bully. We don't want more Jay bully. Let's get out. And we're going to pull the J table up very quickly. And
so yeah, we'll be going to B3 with Rob, Alan, Benjamin, and Carl.
Okay, it looks like we missed exactly nothing.
Yeah, I see a Ricci stick in the middle, so I'm going to assume that was Dealer. Just from the scores, Dealer was Tenpai at the end, open. On the right was the Ricci.
Yeah. And 2 people.
So we haven't missed anything.
We have missed exactly nothing. Got it.
All right. Well, I think Rob is probably Rob, so sitting here with a tune that could just be called and go there with that 13 in the middle, pretty nice there. On the right, we have a Ishan 10 already for Ricci potentially You get there for that Ricci Tanya, or even Ipeco with that 5-6-6-7 across the way. Potential Itsu and Pin. And on the left, you'd love the 1-2-3 Sancho, but it's probably not there. Just have a Dora and you just go with it. When you have a very awkward shape, you have too many pairs, but lots of ways to upgrade things.
Yep. And ooh, they're in their second game of their series. When they play their first one. But
I miss why Alan cut the 5-so.
I
think it was probably getting away from that 5-7, but a bit of a backfire there with the 4-draw later. But we have a Ricci across the way for Ricci, Pinfu, Dora 1, possibly Peiko.
well, I mean, he has Genbutsu one so for Alan.
Now, no one's going to deal on a Nipatsu anyway. Oh, there's another one of those 5s. So the 5 is just one left, and I believe the 8's one left as well. Yeah, it is.
Oh, are you taking the better?
Dealer now, Tenpai. Which way is going to take? Takes
Nice,
the correct
hits
one, waiting on
right.
4 or 5, so dodges the deal in here. Ricci, Chun, possible Sononko.
Yes, that's probably why
You
you
don't
took
always
this
think
Ricci.
about it, but yeah, that 5 is Sononko.
Yeah. Mostly you take this weight because you can wait on
Sumo.
Genbutsu.
Oh, just
and,
Sumo. Easy game.
This game is just too easy.
So it is the cheap end, but Ipatsu makes up for it. Ricci, Ipatsu.
Oh!
We're at 3! Okay, well, that fixes that. That's a little more value than the Sononko.
Dude, Rob is cooking.
All right, well, Rob has a couple pairs, kind of a middling hand, needs 8-pin pretty badly. On the right, that is not a middling hand, that is a trash hand. That is about as bad as hands get.
Yeah.
That's one where I take a picture of it and go, yeah, this feels like my hand. Across the way, Pinfu type hand, maybe a Tanya there as well. Also has a floating 9 Mondora on the left. Tanya, most likely. You have that penchant. You're probably going to be cutting the whole thing anyway.
Yeah. Overall, everyone's asking to be playing a little bit slower than usual. A really nice 3-pin draw here. Could expand its shape to like an
Yeah, think about
maybe?
a 1, 2, 2, 2, 3, 4 shape. You can use the 1, you can use the 2, you can even use the 3. The only really awkward draw is a 4.
Yeah. I don't mind cutting the penchant here, but I also don't mind... Oh, he's going to just directly take Ishanten here. For
Yeah, I'd cut the 8, 9. I don't like those. I want value.
Carl. Yeah. I would have just preferred cutting 8, 9 because you could somehow get Tanya out of somewhere. But... yeah, I'm not exactly sure.
Well, Rob's hand is still a mess.
Oh, Rob is just going Sanshoku now.
Yeah,
he said,
Alan's hand is a mess, but I mean, Alan's hand was never going to be anything but a mess.
Yeah, well, it's never going to be anything. So even if he somehow got Tenpai first, I don't know how it would have happened. That should be an easy 8-9 cut for Carl. Right?
You can just cut the 1 pin at this point if you're really fishing for it.
And 1 pin's like more of like your safe tile than anything else now.
What's a safe tile? And look at the pawn. You have the 8, 9 are your safe tiles. Like, look at the pawns.
But you want to cut away from the bad shape.
Yeah, which is why the 1 pin's gone.
Rob's going to draw another
Oh, there's
here.
a Dora pair. Could kind of go Cheeto with this, but it just feels slow no matter what you do. I like the 5 mon. You're kind of hedging towards Chanta. I think I'd just call for Chanta at this point.
Oh.
Well, there's your 3. Now you're just super headless.
It's not that big of a problem. What? I am not sure if that's the play.
Yeah, I think that was the wrong cut.
Oh,
well,
yeah.
Got the Ipeco. Okay.
I mean, now it's just 7 mon, maybe? Oh, just here's the Ipeco first.
Just gonna lock it in and keep the option for all those Shitoi upgrades.
Oh, wait, this is an Unpeiko.
Yeah, well, if you get the 6 or
6
8.
or 8, yeah. I just couldn't process that. I'm like, oh, nice. Like, a lot of Ipeikos. It's like, you can get 2 Ipeikos. And I'm like, wait, that's just an Unpeiko.
Usually it is, yes.
Usually. I mean, it could also just be standard, like, Pinfu.
Okay, Rob cut the 9 pin, and that may have just been a preemptive fold. I don't like keeping the 4, 6, 7, 7, but if he's just scared everyone on the table, then it's understandable. But it's a very inefficient cut. As I say, I think the hand almost has to be Chanta.
Yeah.
Which, if you're just giving up on at this point, is perfectly fine. But if you're doing that, you shouldn't be throwing a 5 on.
Well, he's currently 2 Shanten now.
Yeah, it's. I have no idea what he's
I
doing
have no
now.
idea. Also, just threw away his, like, yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, I think it should have been the 4 pin and the 6 pin. Keep the 9, and you
Oh,
could have gone Chanta with this.
Tenpai technically here.
Yeah, it's technically
Uh,
with the
リーチ
the
yes.
Tumon doesn't look terrible. I don't hate this Ricci. Because the Tumon, sure, it's one cut, but I'm not seeing any. I don't think if I looked at these pawns, I'd assume that it's 2 left on the wall. But I think Alan does not have one cutting 4, 8, but that Benjamin probably does.
Yeah.
So Carl and Tenpai here, Ricci for Ricci Ipeco, waiting on Tumon.
Probably was
As it
not
is,
really.
there's only one of those left.
Oh, Robin's out Shanten.
Yep.
Finally. And would have preferred to have like a diamond instead in this hand, but oh. I mean, is it even
They
a
might end up there anyway.
It might probably ends up K10 after like a call or something. But we'll see. Because Rob has only had to put relatively safe tiles so far.
Yeah, only has one draw left anyway.
Yeah.
Still that one Tumon, and that's not it.
Oh, well, that's
That's not either. We'll get 3,000 for his effort, though.
Yeah. 3,000 plus you gotta fight for your 1,000 back later on. Now we get to go to Alan's dealership.
Alan is dealer. Hand is mediocre. It's not terrible. It's not great. The 3 so would help immensely. The shapes elsewhere with a couple rearmament and a good floating 4 pin are decent. On the right, we have a called the South Wind, a floating Dora. I'm just going to Tonki. I cheat that cut 1 Tumon, and that's going to be the play here. Definitely going for Dora Tonki across the way. I don't know, Pinfu, Tanyao. You have 4 pairs. You could even consider Chitoy, but 4, 5, 6 Sanchu also looks very good. And on the left, yuck.
Yeah.
When you anytime the first 4 tiles you look at are 3, 5, 7, 9, and you look at the rest of the hand and none of it's better, it's yeah.
Oh, Alan does draw the 3, so that really improves the hand shape overall.
Yeah, but the hand's just basically going to play itself. I don't even think you can necessarily call the Hatsu with this hand, and I call a lot of stuff. Well, now we're going to find out.
No, they're
Says, you know what? We have so much of these. At least one of them's going to pair up eventually, right?
The headless is not that bad here, but you also it's kind of sad.
Yeah.
Yeah. So there's still 3 Dora left in this wall, so it's pretty bad. Actually, Dora actually just might get paired up instead of you
Waiting
Dorotanki.
Dorotanki.
Dorotanki, yeah. 4-7 though is actually looking very good again in the wall.
Well, now the Haku's dead, so that's just a safe tile on the right.
Yeah. Also doesn't take the...
Now that's the draw you're looking for. There's your Tenpai.
Wow. That's an insane draw, so...
Yeah, I think, yeah, Ricci the 2 there.
Good for the Sun
Yeah, 3-sided wait for Ricci Pinfu and either Tanya or Dora.
Oh,
oh no! Well, I don't see how this ends well for Benjamin. This is
yeah, even if you get a tile to fold, like, yeah, this just yep.
Yeah.
Always
and if you get Tenpai, you're jamming one of them, I think.
Yeah, it
doesn't matter. You just have any defense with this hand.
Yeah, it doesn't matter what side you deal in on too.
Oh, and it's a Chi. I made you cut the 4. There it goes. Ricci Pinfu Tanya. And you see, yeah, the one would have dealt in 2.
Oh,
and the Aura. Those hurt.
The 3-4, the classic.
Now, Ben's going to have a chance now to make it up, and does not really get the hand to do it. Has a completed shape in Mon, but the rest leave a bit to be desired. 3-pin would really help this hand out. On the right, Chun pair. Couple other pairs with the 1-1 and 1-so. No 1-pin pair, though, so Doko Dream's not going to happen. Unless you see a whole bunch of them drawn very quickly. Across the way, just a Tanya hand with a Dora on the left. Similarly, possible 9 Doko, but needs a bunch of 9-mon very quickly. And that's not likely to happen.
Yeah, this is relatively a slow hand overall.
I mean, honestly, they're all pretty slow hands, except the one on the right, and even that's slow if you don't call it. But at this point, it might just be toy, so you don't have to think nearly as hard about it. You just go.
Benjamin's hand is relatively not bad, but at the same time,
Nice pull across the way with that 6-so.
really nice fill. I mean, watch them draw like
Ooh,
4-so.
that's an interesting draw there on the right. 6-pin's the most efficient cut. At the same time, you don't really like that Dora. May end up cutting the 4-so if something else comes out. Oh, now that is the perfect draw across the way. Now you definitely have that Tanya.
Yeah. Rob is now Ishan 10.
I would definitely have cut the 5-so instead. I don't like cutting the 2-so there.
But what happens if you shift up and you draw 4-so?
Well, you could have already accepted that with a 2-2-3 in the hand.
2-2-3. No. I mean, oh.
Ah, and here's your punish. That should be Tenpai. This should be Ricci, Tanya, Dora 1. Yeah, gave up on the perfect D-Shun 10. Definitely punished for it.
Yeah.
Now, I think that was just misreading the shape.
Most likely. Yeah, I guess. Yeah, the most efficient cut was probably 8-so. Or 5-so. But I prefer 8. More Ura chance. But this pulling of Chun. Currently waiting on
Ishan 10 on the right.
Ishan 10. Con 6 store indicator.
Well, there's your Tenpai. Does get it, but
Each.
now you don't even have the guaranteed
So,
Tanya. We'll go ahead and wait on that 1-4. 1 is not Tanya, of course, but Ricci pin Foodora 1. Possible Tanya. And looking at it, we see 1 1-so left and 2 4-so. The 3 outs left.
Yep. Ooh. 5-so is Nakatsuchi, but does.
And the question is, will you just jam the door? And if you get Tenpai, I think you do.
Carl
It doesn't feel good,
Dora.
especially the 80 Yonken, but I'd do it.
Oh, he's just gonna.
No, he's done. That's the end of this hand, apparently. Carl not having any interest in fighting this.
Yeah. I mean, it makes sense. You don't really want to push Dora against Ricci, so you'll just have to.
Whoa! What just happened there on the left? Cuts the. I'd be pushing for that Suanko. Because that was a third Anko that just got cut with that 9-so.
Wow. That
is very defensive. Instead, we have Tenpai here for dealer. 1-2, 1-4, but they're both in Rob's hands, so that weight is dead.
Yeah. Maybe he thought he just. Maybe. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe Benjamin thought they could get another one. Because one got dropped. But.
Well, there's one of those 4-so.
Also, we've just been
still 1 4-so, 1 1-so. Might see a Hote here. Nope. 2 outs in the dead wall, and it's just going to be 2 players Tenpai at the end here.
Yeah. Technically would have been Suanko Tenpai for Alan, so.
It's okay, Yakumen don't exist. What do exist are 2 Dora and a very nice callable hand here.
This hand's very easy for 5,800. Plus, you get collect the little middle sticks worth 2,300 at the moment.
Yeah, and it's a ton of. Oh, wow! Must be nice.
I don't know what this
on the right. Tanya type in, and there's your Tenpai. Like, you don't even have to think about it. What?
What the?
Okay, so he's actually taking the more callable shapes here, rather than just taking the 2-so Tenpai. Figures he has so much time. It is actually correct because all the 2-so are across the way and never coming out. That is an amazing decision.
I don't hate the decision because he also gives you the no baton, and then you
It's
can
so
Dora
early. You have a whole bunch of options. Yeah, you can end up holding the Dora, which is your plan
Yeah.
anyway.
I guess getting this like second turn versus getting this like third, like like end of second row is like two different decisions to make. But
Yeah.
6 spawn right now. 3 currently beat 3 held, but once again this
And
shape
one pretty
can
loose
change.
there across the way from Rob.
Rob. Oh, it might just deal in eventually.
Yeah, it feels like it's going to come out fairly soon. I think.
Oh,
Never mind.
that's not
Why
a
was that
chi?
actually? That's a mistake. I would 100% chi cut 7 there.
Oh,
Take
like,
the 3-6 Tenpai. There he goes.
oh, it
Gets the
doesn't
win
really
anyway.
matter. Yeah.
Haku, Dora 2, and all the pot in the middle gets up to 8,000 with that win. And now in East 3, and that's a pretty good starting end here as well for Ricci, potentially Ricci, Pinfu, Ipeco, Dora 1. Great shapes everywhere here. On the right, maybe a Sananko looking pretty good there. Lots of value potential so far. Across the way has a Dora, probably just to reach Pinfu Dora type hand, but a little slower than the others. And on the left, similarly, might be Ricci Tanyao. Might just be. Yeah, I think you just go for the Tanyao. That's the hand where you think about it for a second. Do I dare go Honitsu in the enters? With those shapes, probably not. When you don't have, if you didn't have a Dora, maybe you get a little greedier. But with the Dora, it's just good enough.
Yeah. Either way here.
Oh, interesting. On the right,
Ooh.
not going for the Sun Anko, just locks in the Tanyao.
Yeah. Also saw that. Just wants Tanya instead. Playing numbers here.
Well, that's a draw. Look at that Ishun.
Wow. That is just easy. 7 so cut. No need to think.
Yeah.
What is your preferred tile here? It's probably 2-pin. You really want to fill this 2-pin. But, we'll get
Well, that's good enough for me.
Good enough. Probably slammed the button too quickly, but it's... What? 1-4? Okay.
I mean, it's that or the 3-4.
I think I would have rather took the 3-4.
Yeah, I think I like the 3-4 as well. This isn't bad though. I'm fine with this. I don't see a huge difference. You have a bunch of them in your own hand though, so your sumo rate goes way down.
Yeah, that's the only problem. I'm just not a fan of this because generally if you draw the 1, the Sumagiri, then 4 becomes Naka. Then someone might drop 4 against you.
Well, that's Tenpai on the right. Doesn't take it though. Not a believer in Sanzo.
Yeah.
Or too much a believer, one way or the other. And now this 1-4 pin is really bad.
Yeah.
Just
1-4
one
pin.
left. 1-4 pin left.
Oh wow! I'm just gonna upgrade with the Dora here.
He just shoves the 9 because it got shoved across the way.
Ooh,
Then you slam this one
slam.
in a
This
second.
is a slam. Cut the 5 slam.
The question
it.
is, which weight do you want?
Why?
What? No. No.
No.
Especially having just see 2-4 so come out.
Is
Like,
it like...
the 3 so looks very safe if you're afraid of the 5 mod.
Wait, why just not cut 5 and go for like your... Like,
And yeah, your alternative is just push the 5 and take your 3-sided weight, which is
Three-sided
also
weight.
acceptable.
Yeah.
I don't see how you don't take Tenpai there.
Yeah, like... And then now you're just... I don't get it. Oh, that's the Ron, too. On
There,
Tanya.
yep, there's your Roan on the
You
expensive
just-
end.
Yeah, you just
And
point
yeah,
it
just gonna
now?
call down for Tanyao. Dora 1, 5 Mon 2 so. On the Genbutsu 2 so no less.
This is quite painful to watch, but it is what it is. I mean, they probably wanted to just play it more defensively, so that's, you know, I don't blame them because 5 of them is 5 technically wasn't safe yet.
Well, I said you could throw.
Oh, that's.
And you can see the hesitation. It doesn't want anything to do with that.
Yeah,
It just folds
well,
out.
it's gonna fold out. Good fold here.
Yeah, there's a difference between throwing like as I said, you could have thrown the 3 so and just waited 5-8 as well.
Yeah, which is why I'm just not even a big fan of like the original cut. Just probably actually should have slammed on Tenpai. because you do have Dora Acceptance on your original weight, which is Rishi Dora Sumo.
No, you can con to get the last draw and throw
Yeah,
the
you can
safe
con
two, so
and
that's
try
what
to,
I
like,
do.
yeah, and just fold the
Con.
last tile.
Yeah, if you don't
That's
get the
fine.
safe tile, you just throw two so because it's safe.
Yeah.
All right, well, Benjamin's dealer get. Oh, well, that's a
Wow.
fold. Already Ishan 10.
No. Yes, yeah. It's good draw, good draw.
Yeah, it's a headless. Of course, would need either Tuso, 3-mon, or Chun to get Tenpai. And on the right, you look at the hand and thinking, I have the best hand, and you don't.
You don't. Yeah.
Oh, well, there's
Oh,
your Tenpai.
wow.
Rip. Across the way, Richi, Pinfu, Dora 1, potential upgrades over the place. Has a bunch of floating tiles and a terminal to get rid of. On the left, also a pretty good hand there, just no value.
Don't know why Ninja is being held after it's being one cut, but by yourself.
Yeah, I don't like this either.
It is what it is. It probably gets cut pretty soon, anyways. But the person who thinks they currently have the best hand right now is
And there was a
trying to pivot
pause
to
on the
Hornets.
south, so if I'm Carl, I'm immediately cutting the south.
Yeah. We don't know if it's a fake pause or a real pause, so you cut it anyways. Should be a west or south drop, honestly, for Rob. Don't know why it's being held there for so long. Oh, but I think Carl here is
I think I know it.
Honitsu.
Carl's hedging Honitsu.
Yeah, and wants to run on the 5 or on the South Tonki here.
Yeah, but I would in this game assume that it's dead, and I'd have gotten rid of it anyway.
Wow, I am not sure why the floated Dreamon gets cut here in over the 9. Is this like Sanshoku? Like this is the only reason why you're keeping this 9 for so long, but...
Well, there's your Tenpai, waiting on 2-5, so, and there goes the non.
Yeah. It's Tenpai here.
And there's Tenpai, and you just slam it. Like, what else are you going to do?
Yeah.
And similarly, you have to just push into this. You can't fold. You don't have any information to fold with. And even the 2's there, Sotagawa, it is kind of by the Dora, but it's good enough.
Yeah, it's Dora Suji. You're still on the less expensive side.
Well, you know what the less expensive side is? Winning the hand.
Well, we'll see. 2-5. Well, 2-5.
So it's 1-3, which has 2 left on the wall, against 2-5, which has
4 left.
what, 4 on the wall? Yeah.
Yeah.
2 versus 4.
Yep, but I've seen these. Uh-oh.
Uh-oh. This is one where the 5 Suji actually would be right, but instead deals in Ichidora 1.
Oh,
and the Aura, those hurt. And I think that's reasonable. Like it's a coin flip, and sometimes you win, and sometimes you just
the only
those.
the only Bozo decision you can make here is that
Is breaking Tenpai.
No, it's you cut 5, you cut 4, and then you go for Chanta.
Yeah, I guess you could go that way.
Yeah, but no one's gonna no human would actually do that, so that's just unfortunate. You just coin flip in there.
All right. Well, Benjamin is dealer here off that win now, back over 30K, and has just probably a reach. I do not like that 8-pin cut. I really don't like that 8-pin cut. Because you lose out on the 7 acceptance. If you draw the 6, the door itself, you'd have a Ryoncon 4, 6, 8. And you just don't really gain anything by keeping, especially like the Chun. East is at least a double East. There's something there. But it does get to Ishan 10 now. On the right, I don't know. That hand just not making it there. It's a Pinfu if you can get there with the Dora, but it's just not coming. Across the way, Shaw has been called. Has a Dora as well. Now Ishan 10 needs 2 pin and 6 9-mon. And on the left, Haku's been called. And desperately needs like the 7-mon. Would love to go Itsu with this. Also has a Dora, so probably just anything is good enough. Speaking of Dora, there's one of them, but that doesn't fit in that hand. We'll kind of hedge it for a bit, though.
Yeah.
Oh, ooh, that's an interesting draw.
Ooh.
There are a bunch. This is actually a really hard decision. Three
And
so is the
just
most efficient cut. You can also go one pin. You can
pin.
also go 5 mon.
Yeah. I don't mind any decision he would have made there. But he made the right
And gets
decision.
rewarded. That's the perfect draw. Ricci Nomi with 5-8 so.
5-8. And looks like Benjamin's gonna take us for oh, con.
Easy
Easy
con.
con. Oh, but
No
unfortunately
Dora.
no Dora. You know, I'm gonna pull out the
At least
Naga
yet.
logic again. You should have cut the 4 pin there on Ricci, because they're more likely to get one pin as Dora. The Naga logic. You have to cut from the outside. Do you even believe in this or not really? Do you ever take this into consideration or not really?
Very rarely.
But like in this scenario, it's like you don't get Tanya, so you just cut 4 pin.
Yeah, it's. You really think the 4 is that bad? And the answer is because the hand you'd be scared of is on the left. I'd already cut a 4 pin, so I think it's fine to do so there.
Yeah, just fun Naga logic for so I can help the Snake Shackers spread their cult a little bit. That's Ishan 10 down for
5 pin.
Rob.
You just throw the safe 5, I think. Oh no,
He's
going for it.
pushing. He wants to win his Dora
He's just
too.
going for it.
Yeah.
Well, he cut the 1 pin Dora earlier,
Yeah.
but that was a safe one.
I mean, what does he have now? So he needs 3 pin or 4 pin.
Well, there's that. No, that's not Tenpai.
That's not Tenpai. It's just gonna.
And the 4 is, yeah, it's Kabedos, so 2's safe enough.
Yeah. The 4 pin is not coming out ever.
Could call for Tenpai, would have to
I would
slam
not.
the door into
I
it,
would
though.
not.
I wouldn't do this.
Not.
Chi.
Oh wow.
Oh, it just goes for it.
Just
Eats
doesn't
the
care.
But the
Oh.
chi does cause the sumo to happen for the dealer. Ricci sumo with a ton of fu. No aura, but you see that's an equivalent of an extra full Han there. Gets to 2,000 all from it. Gets a pretty good start again here as well. Potential Ricci, Ipeiko, Chanta, Dora 2. Chanta Sanshiku even, if you end up cutting the 4-5.
Yeah.
On the right, Chun pair. Decent shapes elsewhere, but probably just a call and go. And now there's 5 Homba, by the way. Across the way, that's just a Ricci anytime you get it. Good enough. And that 4-mon's an excellent draw. Now Ishan 10, I believe. And on the left, 2 Haku there as well. Probably just a call and go. There's our Chun. This is actually a tough decision. I don't mind the 5 so there. You're kind of hedging everything. You're dreaming, of course, of the Daisongan. But you're not really believing in it. I know, just going out for the Honitsu.
Each.
Oh, that's Tenpai.
There's our Tenpai across the way.
Is this what I think
Just
it
Ricci
is?
Pinfu, waiting on 4-7.
Yo, this is pure shifted. Chinese Yaku. This always was now.
Okay, well, we found your cult. It's not Chitoy's venture.
Oh, that's Tenpai here.
This is Tenpai. We need to wait on the Haku and just isn't going to do it.
Doesn't want to do it. No Yaku now, so it's just going to be a complete fold out.
Yeah. Well, 2 Dora for dealer. He may get incentivized to shove, and we'll deal in if he does.
Yeah, well, you know, we were kind of getting tired of Benjamin putting us on the 5 red shot. Oh my god, I think he's going to get there soon.
Well, may not deal in here.
Oh, wow, he has 5 pin Genbutsu now, too.
Yeah, and yeah, if you draw a 6 or even anything on the 369 Suji, you just slam it.
Yeah. 5 pin is safe.
The 1 Sotagawa, of course, you can just go to the 5 now since you know that one's safe. Makes sense.
4-7.
And 2 more safe tiles on the left. There's one of those 7s.
Yep.
So we haven't talked about it, but how many?
Gone.
Well, that's another one of those weights. So that weight's starting to die a bit.
I believe there's 2 left now.
3 on the right, 2 in front of us, 1 on the right, so 2 left.
Yep. Oh, 7 is okay of a shove. There's one chance on the 5.
I'd throw the 1 pin just because I don't worry about the Sotoga. Well, there's your Ipeco upgrade.
But I guess you have to drop 1 pin. Or 6 pin.
Now
Wow,
just shove the 6 anyway.
This is a full shove now. Doesn't care anymore.
Well, now's the decision time. You can tell he did not like this Suji, but we'll throw the 1 out first.
We're in the 9s. 3 6s are 2 3. Oh wow, this 369 is not even very good. Like, this might not even be Tenpai ever.
Yeah, because you have the 9 pair across, and the 3 so was cut so many times early.
Many times. In fact, there are just
Sumo.
3 so.
There's your sumo. Doesn't matter. Ichi sumo pinfu.
And Uro would be nice. Hey.
Just 1, not a full Mongon, but 5200. And the 5 Homba, of course, being quite a bit of value there by itself.
Yep, and Rob
Dealer here is Carl. Has a penchant on the door indicator. My least favorite shape in the entire game.
Yeah. And doesn't have
Other than that, the hand's fine, just no value. On the right, Haku and Pei pairs can just call this down and go. Well, if you just draw the door, that fixes the shape. Ooh, interesting.
Ooh.
Haku not called by Rob. I'd always call that. That was Tenpai, wasn't it? Yeah, it was Tenpai.
Yeah.
And you have to call the second one.
Wow. I mean, wow.
Yeah, you just
I
take
say
it.
Tenpai.
It's fine. Well, it's not like there's anything else. And if you draw a door, you can still shift into it. So you're not really losing anything taking this.
Yeah.
Dealer now getting closer.
Yeah.
Across the way, we haven't even got the rest of the table. Across the way looks like a Pinfu hand, but a little too slow. And on the left, similarly a Pinfu Tanu hand, but a little slow.
Sumo.
Okay, never mind.
Doesn't matter, just sumo.
Doesn't matter. I was like, dealer, wow, what this nice Saw Menchon. Like, Rob's like, nope. I think I'll just sumo.
Like, you're filling your Kanchan? Well, I'll fill my Kanchan, and mine's better.
Yeah. Rob here with a pretty sad hand.
Yeah, you can kind of hedge towards Junshan, but it's just a mess. Or so you're not even likely to do that. So, that first cutscene...
Wow. Also, you've cut off Korak.
With that Forsoka definitely looking like he's going Kokushi at this point. May just be preemptively saying, I don't want to be dealer, I have 50,000, it's good enough.
I'm not sure. Like, if this is Kokushi, you'd
Yeah,
at least look
I don't like
Cheetoy
this
as
at
well.
all.
You'd at least look Cheetoy as well and cut Draymond or something, so... like, you could have
Or
Honitsu,
even, like,
honestly.
you could even be going Honitsu here and so, and you feel really good. But he's just brute forcing the Kokushi. How many even are there? It doesn't look like nearly enough. 3... 8? Going from 8? Really?
9?
Well, now it's 9.
Well, at least it's 9 a pair. It's not like
Yeah,
a
that's 9. You don't count the pair in the Kokushi count. So, actual stats have been dumped on this, and the answer is virtually never go from 9 uniques.
Yeah, 9 unique is like less than 1% chance, so...
It's awful. You can go from 10 uniques, and it's fine. Oh, well, there's a Dora, so that may just end this anyway.
GG's, yeah. I believe 10
So-
unique is like 5% chance. Or something like that.
10 unique, yeah, it's a little bit better than that, but it's not, like, good. I think it's around, like, 7. But it's not good. It just is worth so much value, often can just go for it. And then 11 or higher, you just go. It doesn't matter.
Yeah. The 11 is, why are you not going Kokushi is the real question.
Exactly.
Yeah. Unless you just, like, saw your thing got on-con, like, immediately on turn 1, then...
Well, then you just run in Chombo. Like, that's always what you do.
Run Chombo, just be like, I'm so mad.
Have you ever done anything like that in a live game?
What?
You know what? Screw you. Roan, Chombo. I don't care. I'm paying it out and we're going on.
I've never done that. That's a bit too BM. I might have done it in a casual game or something like that, but I don't think I've ever done it in like actual play.
All right, we have an Ishanten on the right
Ishanten
for
on the
Alan.
right.
Can just call the tune and potentially be Shampon on 7-1 9 pin.
Yeah. I definitely pull in the Chun because
Home.
I know some guys looking Kokushi. Oh,
Well,
I
just
just got
going
Inosuke.
Ishan, just going for the Tenpai here. Like you see Dio's going Kokushu, you may have both of your tunes and want to fold one of them out later. But at the same time, that 9-pin just it's going to be very scary. Tenpai on the left for a very expensive Dama Tanyao Sanchuku Dora on 7-so. And the 7-so
Yeah.
looks amazing in the wall.
I like this
Or
Dama.
at least it should on the
Boom.
board.
Oh!
And there it is. And there's the kill. There's a Mungon.
That should have been. I mean,
Yeah, I
Rob-
think Rob should have folded at that point. You weren't getting it. Especially if you start from 8, you have to get a bunch of good draws. And that's the thing about Kogoshis. It's such a bait because you get a couple ties, you're feeling good, and then nothing happens, and all of a sudden it's late row 2 and you're still like 3 Shantan.
Yeah. I believe like one pro said that like it doesn't have nothing to do with Kokushi in general, but just progressing your hand. It's like initially you feel like you're progressing your hand very quickly from 5 Shanten, and like of course you are because you have like almost every tile as a Ukiide, but like the moment you get to like E Shanten, the reason why you feel stuck is because dude, you're only like 5 tiles, like at best, 5 unique tiles, something like that.
Yeah,
Or
it's
4.
even perfect Ishanten's only 20 tiles, so 5 different ones.
Yeah. So.
All right, well, Alan's dealer here can just
Boom.
call the tune and go, and that's going to be the play.
Has
On the
Dora
right,
acceptance.
Pinfu type hand with a Peiko
Oh
even.
no, should have pawn.
Well, that's actually a great hand. You cut the 8. No, that's Dora!
What the?
No!
Who is this, Benjamin?
That's Dora. Benjamin, what are you doing?
Benjamin.
Because it still connects to the hand. You could draw the 3-pin. If you draw the 3-pin, you're going to
Or
be
more
so
like, what is
sad
that
right
8-pin
now.
is doing? What is that 8-pin doing there for you? That's the exact same value as your 2-pin.
Across the way, Haku
Haku.
Nomi, Ishan 10, just call it and wait on the... Oh, throws it?
Wow.
Really? I don't know what the purpose of that is.
Wants to play for Pinfu?
And see, you know, that's the other thing is, Benjamin, if you had that 2-pin, you could have used it with that 4.
Yeah. Well, we're gonna have to see how this hand goes, because...
Well, now you just cut the 8. No, even that one, because then you have the area and you can
Yeet.
accept the 2-5 bond. You can just all sorts of so tiles.
Oh.
That hand has been a complete inefficient play. Well, now I have a Ricci Dora on Dora. And speaking of, there's the 2-pin.
Carl draws Dora, so he's gonna...
Not throw it.
Not throw it.
What should just be 3 mon, I guess.
Like a
Yeah,
normal-
that's safe.
Oh, you would have to Haku though, which would bait you into pushing.
Dealer now Ishan 10. And can throw the safe 7 mon if he gets there.
Yeah. Well,
You just go Haku. If you're not,
Haku.
it's easy cheat. The question is, you take the good weight 5-8, or do you wait on the Shampon? And it's going to take the good 5-8. The problem is 3 of them are out and one's in your hand. It's not a great weight, actually.
yeah. But we'll see.
But is Tenpai
Yep.
versus the 2, which has 2 left. And the 5-8 has what? Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, so 2 left.
Is this a... Oh, what do you fold here? 7 mon. I mean, yeah. So... Yeah, we'll see how it goes. Oh,
Well,
that's
there's
our
your Dora pair up.
Yep.
You can go 9-so as well.
9 so, yeah. 1 so was not safe, but I guess it's Sotogawa, so you don't really care.
And that would have won if you'd taken the Shampon.
Yeah. But how many Dora? Oh, there's 1 Dora left, so still hopes for
Yeah, there's
Rob.
1 Dora left.
Is that Tenpai?
No,
It's
wouldn't have been Tenpai.
It's
Khan.
Tenpai.
Khan?
Khan?
Nope. Oh, you mean on the right? Yes,
Yeah,
that's
it's
Tenpai
Tenpai.
waiting on 7.
Yeah. On the 7.
And gets the Dora, but the 1 just came out. It's safe.
Yeah, it's safe.
This is the last draw, and 3 players, Tenpai.
Oh, this is a great.
And I can't even tell what that is, but I already know I like the hand. And yeah,
Yeah.
sure enough, now that we look at it, it's a potential Richi Pinfu Tanyao Sanchkudora, or even just Richi Pinfu Tanyao is good enough. Just an amazing starting hand here for dealer. On the right, Shaw's been called, but the rest of the hand is a complete
Oh
mess.
wow.
Although that Chun pair up gives you at least some options. Across the way, it's just kind of a very slow Pinfu-ish type hand. And on the left, similarly, once you get rid of all those extra honors, then you can go. But until then, the hand's also going to feel very slow.
Yeah.
I see the Honitsu on the right now. Maybe even Toy upgrades with that too. So
Yeah. Hopefully they can catch up to dealer. Oh, we'll pawn and skip dealer's draw.
easy pawn.
Easy pawn. And holding a lot of 2/5 so's, which is one of the substances they need. Ooh, but this is gonna be a
No, this
really
is
nice
just
upgrade.
6 mod. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
a huge shape upgrade.
Now the 6-pin upgrade is like draw 6-pin.
Is
So,
Peiko.
a Peiko to Tanya. This is Soichi. Ooh,
Well, 3-so's not useful.
not
to
really
you.
a decision. Just be
Now the question is, do you call this?
yes,
And
apparently.
the answer is, we'll go ahead and take it. I don't like the 2-so.
Really?
I would definitely cut the Haku there.
I don't think it's that bad.
Though you're also a little just concerned about the dealer just with these shapes. So keeping a safe tile at least makes some sense.
But it's technically.
But you're losing out on the 1-so. You're losing out on the good shape if you draw 3-so.
So.
I guess if you're kind of towards the end of the first row, you can argue it.
Oh, I might have kept that. Oh no, you're super free 10. I was like,
Yeah.
my mod. Hey, I could go Chanta instead. Hey. I mean, we're to East, because you can East in Haku, like, Hellweight Tonki. Oh, I mean, now
that is an ugly
Maybe-
draw. Like, that one I kind of just want to get rid of.
yeah. I'm not a big fan of the 8. But I would have, like, Haku would have made sense there at the same time. But,
Yeah, no, I don't think so. Even if we get the
No.
9, do we really want it? I wouldn't think so.
Alan's currently stuck in Ishan 10 Hell right now.
Yeah, certainly. Had the chance to call the 8-so, but then you'd just be
Yeah.
on the Otozuke.
Oh,
There's your Tenpai.
yeah. Well, that was.
Wait, no, you're not. That's not Tenpai. What am I
Did he-
doing?
Well, he tried to confirm me Peiko. I'm not a big fan of confirming Peiko here.
Yeah, I feel that was the issue. Is that 4-so should have been out ages ago.
Yeah. Like, are you confirmed about the Honitsu or something? Oh, at least
Oh,
you're
well, there's
Tenpai
your
now.
Tenpai. Now you're on the 6-so, and the 6-so is one left in the wall. Will be Mongon with the
Yeah.
Chun Honitsu Dora 1.
Yeah, would have left 8 so, unfortunately, but it is what it is. You did sacrifice. You're not pushing 6 here, right, Carl? Nice.
No way.
This is Carl we're talking about. He doesn't push these. Oh, and this is like quite painful to watch from Alan, just being stuck here forever. And Carl should be pushing 7-pin here most likely. Oh, no, this isn't shot fold.
No, 9-so
Oh,
was pushed.
no,
Oh,
would've
and there's
had
your furry 10. That's rough.
Yeah, I would have Chanta'd. But it doesn't matter. Chanta was goes 5, I believe.
Yeah, Chanta doesn't give you any extra value
Yeah.
here, so it's fine.
It's fine, but you would have.
Well, this should just be, what, 8-mon?
Yeah, most likely, right? You can't really
Yeah.
drop Sozu here.
You can throw the 2-so if you want.
Oh, well, that's a dealing tile. And it's
Yeah.
gonna fold.
Oh, there's your 2.
Yeah. Well, yeah, I guess Alan's just folding out now. Don't really see a way Alan could just get back to Tenpai.
Well, yeah, if he's throwing that 8, yeah, I mean, you'd have to jam the 3 into this and get a call. It's just unfortunate how that hand developed. But at the same time,
Yeet.
like,
Wow!
yeets the Dora into that hand for just Richi Pinfu. That is aggressive from first place.
Rob!
Chi.
Exerting his dominance a little bit. Dang, he just dropped it. Oh!
And now you can just shut the 7 and wait on the 5 if you want.
Yeah, shut this. Oh, it doesn't want to. Yeah, we'll
But
go.
2 players, Tenpai.
Yep. Wow. Like, I saw Rob get Tenpai, but he just yeets it. So good.
Wow, okay, well, gets his points off of it. And now we have Benjamin, his dealer here. Anko and a couple pairs, but you have those ugly pinch on. Well, now you just want to go Toy Toy. This is a, will you please give me Suanko, because I don't think this is anything else. On the right, Ipeco potentially gets 4-7 Mon. The rest of the hand looks pretty well set up for that as well. Across the way, kind of a pin to him, maybe an Hitsu in so. And on the left, you have a whole bunch of honors to get rid of, but once you do, you have a potential 6-7-8 or 7-8-9 Sanshoku. But it's going to take a bunch of turns to get this hand to even where it can accept anything.
Yeah. Unfortunately for who's the current dealer right now? It's Benjamin. It's the 5-month or Mochi Mochi. So your Suanko is pretty sad at the
Yep.
moment. But hey, who knows? You only need 1 tile, really. Okay, maybe I'd just cut the 1-2 right now. Or
I'd
8,
cut
so.
the 8. I'd cut
Yeah.
the 8, yeah.
And then now I would just
If you
play
get
on
the Richinomi, you just take it.
Yeah, your dealer. You really can't give up this like 4 or 5 in here, so yeah, it just kind of sucks, but it is what it is.
Yeah. Well,
But
speaking
the hand on
of
the right though
upgrades, yeah, maybe a 5-5 Mochi Mochi the other way, because that's likely to be a Shampoo on the 5-Mon Shaw.
is
Well, this is just Ricci, I think.
Ricci, yeah.
You can cut the 2-4 if you want to get
2-4.
super greedy, but I just slammed the button.
Yeah. Standard slam here, which is ooh. You
I
can
think you
go
cut the 5.
Yeah. And then you can technically have an Intotsu here.
Right.
Yeah.
You're not giving up anything. If you could push the 5 so if you really wanted to, but at the same time, you're not gaining too much.
Or
And
you
this
can
is
see,
fine.
wait, what?
Whoa, whoa,
Whoa,
whoa,
whoa, whoa!
Yeah, that's a slam. Like, I don't understand.
Carl, I know you like folding, but you gotta slam this.
Yeah, that's 3-sided. I mean, yeah,
No!
there's your Batsu.
Like, what is going
I
on?
think he just now realizes it too.
Wait, but how do you
Like,
not
the 5
realize?
so doesn't look great here, but at some point you have to be willing to throw it in.
Man, how does he resist the tempting flashing Ricci button on his screen? Because I don't know, man.
You are talking to the wrong person, probably the worst person on the planet. To
I
ask
know
that
you've
question
already
to.
fallen to the temptations, but like, dang. Well, I mean,
It's not temptation; it's common sense. Hit shiny button. It doesn't take any brain power.
Yeah. Well, Alan here on the left is holding onto the San, so, but
Yeah, just one of those
It's
left
pretty
in the wall at
bad.
this point.
like, Alan
I mean, you
understands this
can't.
problem
No
bad.
dealer here has this garbage 3-so weight, but you had a 3-sided to just shut this down and potentially fight for some value. Because you have to remember, even before you threw the stick in, there's
Eats.
3,600 in the middle. That makes the hand
Eats.
good enough. And now we have,
No.
well, there's the Sanzo. We have a Ricci and another Ricci, but here's your deal, and there's extra Fu here. So that's going to be 4,800 with the Oradora.
Yep.
Plus, of course, all the leftovers in the pot. And Dealer's hand here is decent. Ricci, Pinfu, Dora 1. But what do you think of Yakuman?
Yeah, but
What do you think of double Yakuman?
Yeah, I don't know about this one. Yeah.
This is one where, you know what, I'd cut the first draw? 5 Mon.
5 mon.
And now I'd hedge towards the Honetsu, and that's going to be the plan here. Is you leave the dreams open for a couple turns, and if it doesn't come,
Yeah,
you
but
just go.
And then the dream already died on the second turn, so
Yeah, which is normal.
Which is
That's why
normal.
they're dreams.
Yeah, that's why. Yeah, that's why you just leave your dreams to just be dreams. But currently the
And
Honitsu
definitely
shove.
selling out on the Honetsu here.
Yeah.
The problem is you really hope one of your wins had paired up by now, and they just haven't.
Yeah. Well, the South is just not pairing up. It's 3 cut. East is also just gone.
Yeah, and that's the problem with this hand.
Wouldn't have minded a little bit of disguising, honestly, but
Yeah, I think I'd cut the east, and I probably would hold on to the north, but I'd cut the east for sure. Or the south.
the south, yeah. Another
And I have
Dora.
another Dora, so that's good.
Yeah, it's just
We haven't even gotten the rest of the table because we're like, ooh, Yakuban. Across the way, Ipeiko, Richi Ipeiko Ishunten, actually. And on the left, definitely a Pinfu type hand, but you have that 2-2-4-5-7-7 shape.
Yeah. Carl is gonna have to push Dora eventually, maybe for Tenpai.
Doesn't
Oh, does
con the
it?
Shaw and sees that was a very good decision not to do so. As dealer is now Richi for Richi Pinfu Dora 1 on 2-5 pin.
Sumo.
And just
Oh,
Sumo, easy game.
wow.
That's a huge pull for Benjamin. Richi Patsu Sumo, Pinfu Dora, that's Mongon, Iniora is Hanemon. Doesn't get it, but is certainly fine with 59,300. And a south pair to just call and go with this hand as well.
Like, I know this game is like long, but I feel like it's been pretty long.
No, this has been a long game. I agree. It's because we've had Homba 5, I think we had a Homba 6 earlier, and we're
then
Homba 4 again.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's been a lot of hands.
These people are just bringing us on a ride right now, but currently Benjamin is finally first place after all this effort and grinding out.
Well, I mean, you just Sumoi Patsu.
Chitoy,
That's pretty
woohoo.
good. God, it's Chitoy in front of us. It's Chitoy on the right. And thankfully, the other two are not selling out of Chitoy.
Yeah.
Little wider description. Dealer just feels like a Chitoy or Toy Toy. There really aren't any other options. On the right, it's probably just Tanya. Well, never.
Nope,
Now it's just
Chitoy.
Chitoy. You got the 5 pin right now. It doesn't really matter. Across the way, 789 Sonic the plan, maybe Junchan. And on the left, it's just a pretty standard Pinfu, Tanya, Dora type hand.
Oh, dealer's gonna open up now for.
Yeah, says forget this. Oh, and there's your Chitoy tile. Like you're not even when I draw that Dora, to me that's a sign. Do not even consider anything else. You just have to sell out of the Chitoy.
Yeah.
And that's a Puln for dealer. Now
Puln.
Ishunten for the Toy.
Oh, wait,
and then
now-
Onko's annoying. Now you could
Now
argue
you
to just
can-
cut the Dora. I
yeah.
would cut. Yeah, I like the 8 pin there because it is cut.
Yeah,
If
you
it
can play
weren't
for
cut, I'd have
everything.
cut the 7 pin for the Sushi.
Oh,
reasons.
and this is insane.
And now you cut the 7, and you have a very white Ishunten.
Yeah.
Where's that Tenpai? That is Ishunten.
That's
still.
Ishanten. Really nice Ishanten though. So, and you might just pawn
Gee.
for it just to.
Yeah.
Oh.
And there's Senpai. Oh, and this
Tenpai.
9 pin is such a disgusting weight.
Formon 9-pin, and looks like you're just Honitsu too.
Yeah.
Mm,
Well,
actually, maybe
you did have
not.
that early 6-0 by Dora.
Yeah, early 6-0.
You don't necessarily
Maybe
with
sold out a
Honitsu.
little bit.
But there's our Tenpai on the left. Takes the Atazuke only on the Gimbutsu 6-mon, rather than the Shampon where you'd have to throw Dora. And gets it!
Wow.
And shuts down this monster dealer hand. Picks up 3,200, 12 of that from the Holba.
Yeah. Carl with a Sashikomi there, or maybe just straight up folding out from the dealer.
Yeah, it may just be a fold out there, but the dealer here is Carl with a couple pairs. Look at the above average starting hand. Distant Itsu, but I think you just play efficiency. Probably is Tanya. Well, that Itsu makes you definitely think a bit more about Itsu. On the right, double south, Dora, call, go. Not much thinking involved. Cross the way, Encore the 3-mon. You have the overlap, the 1-2-4-5. And that's another one of the shapes I absolutely hate. The 1-2-4-5 where 2 is Dora.
What do you do if a 7-mod draw across though? What?
I'd cut the 6-8.
I am not a fan of that 7-mod cut.
The 6-8 keeps your Ishunten and gives you a ton of upgrades.
I actually want to have mine for 2-pin.
Well, the 2's Dora. I don't hate the 1 pin specifically, but I'm fine with it either way. And yeah, now it's just going for it. On the left, you see Chun has been called. This is probably... Oh, okay, it's either be Chanta or even Honroto.
Home.
Dealer calls the 1 so.
Probably cuts Haku. Or south.
봄,
There's the south, and the Pon Fest begins.
Oh, Tenpai.
Tenpai on the left for Chanta Pei. Chanta Pei Chun.
Chantapei Chun. Yep. We really want
Dealer
some
Ishanten. Player on the right Ishanten. Player across Ishanten.
So when is Benjamin trying to Ninso for Honroto at plus Toy Toy?
I mean, you'd
4 Han
take it for
upgrade.
sure.
4 Han upgrade. When are we
You
getting
just
it?
call this,
C.
you eat the door, you don't
Eat the
care.
Dora. Yep. GG's.
And you can't. The sad thing is you can't get the Chonkan.
Yeah. Unfortunate. Oh, would have been the
Well,
sumo
that's
if it wasn't for that.
yeah,
Gee.
not Tenpai though. I don't think. Yeah, it's not Tenpai. Well, now you can switch your weight. Well, that's an easy
Ooh.
chi.
Yeah, you
But I
definitely have
think
to
you just deal in
cheer.
here because you chi the 4-6 and cut the 4. I think, and wait on the 7.
Oh wow, just passes it. But
Passes, and we'll deal
deals
it on the
in.
8
No.
Yeah, it
anyway.
doesn't matter.
Under the much more expensive hand.
He did not want to deal into this. Because I believe that puts you into
Does that
last.
drop him to 4th? Yeah, I think the
Yeah.
5,200. Oh, that's so rough.
Oh!
Ooh, dealt to the wrong hand there. But that's going to be Benjamin with a big first, 49.5 with a monster dealer run late in the south round. Rob in second with 11.8. Manages to at least get something out of this game. In third, Allen with 25.6. Only 9,400, but is like, bye to Carl, who deals in on a last hand and drops to fourth, minus 35.7. That's really rough.
Yeah. We just witnessed an 18-hand, 61-minute game.
Well, it
So...
felt like it. I'll
It
just
felt
say
like a long
that. They
time.
went at it for a while.
Man. And there...
Look at the chart for the score distribution for Benjamin. Can we get that in a link to that in chat?
Yeah. But Benjamin popped off pretty hard this game. And I believe we're going to run it back one more game before as our last game of the day. But let's see if we can... Oh, wow. The whole link?
Yeah, that is the whole link. Well, I can't put the picture on screen. Only you can do that.
Actually, I think I can do that. Let me see if that works. Oh. Let me see if that works. But does this work? Oh, it kind of works.
Yeah, there it is. Benjamin in the yellow there. A quick summary of the game where you see despair, despair, and then just stonks.
Stonks. But now we're going back.
All right, so back to the game here. This is Carl is pulling the Haku, has 2 Dora here. Great starting hand. On the right, decent starting hand there as well. Probably call the East and go. Needs a Dora. Across the way, couple pairs there with the 8899. Kind of awkward all over the place. Very hard hand to play. Maybe even Cheetoy now with the 4 pairs. Because then if you don't get that 7, the 7 on the hand, just a mess. Speaking of loose 7s, there's one of those on the left. The rest of the hand is bad enough for me to just end up folding out.
Yeah. Overall, Carl's actually really sad shapes overall. And it actually looks like that Alan's hand on the right will probably eventually outspeed this most likely. But we'll have to see. The East has not come out yet, so Alan's pretty limited to what he can do right now. Oh! Or get the Conchonville.
Oh, interesting. I think I'd have kept the Cheetoy there for Rob. I mean, I've already dumped on Cheetoy enough, but this hand just isn't going anywhere else. Because you're talking Cheetoy, Ishanten versus a regular hand, and it's still what? 3 Shanten? Yeah. You don't have a single completed block, you just have a pair. I really dislike the 9-pin cut. Tenpai for dealer if you want to throw Dora.
Yeah.
We'll do so, waiting on 3-pin for Hakudora.
We'll see. I just don't think 3-pin will come out anytime soon. Just because 1-pin is like Tanyao. So you might want to hold it for a bit longer. Yep. So
And you feel regret there after the 7 cut. And there's your Tenpai if you would have just gone for the Chi-Toy.
Oh.
Now an Onko the 3. You
now
could cut 4-6, or you could even arguably just cut the 7-9.
7-9.
We'll cut the 3-mon.
I would have just.
The 3-mon feels wrong. I'm just trying to think. Yeah, I like either of the other shapes more.
I would have preferred 4-6.
Yeah, you don't really want to be in a 5 Conchon anyway.
I guess you just cut 3 again, and now you have a Donkon, but now you're just like...
Yeah, this is so sad. Oh, and that would have been the 2 Dora for Dealer if Tenpai weren't taken. Now you see that 6, 7, 8 in the pond.
Not a big fan, because this definitely should have been Dora 2. I don't understand. But... it's what it is. 1 3-pin left.
Home.
And finally, Call. It's just Tenpai now.
Tenpai on the right for Tondora 1.
Potential double run on the 3-pin. But...
Sumo.
We'll just
Sumo. Gets the 2000, moves this to East 2.
Yep.
And Dealer does not have a great start again. Floating Dora, kind of a Chanta type hand. This is one where you're like, if I get a draw or 2, we'll just go Kokushi, but nothing happens. So just going to try and play it regularly, see what happens. Maybe distant Itsu and Mon on the right. Pinfu type hand, but a long way away. Maybe distant 1, 2, 3 Sanchiku across the way. Few pairs, not much else. Maybe Tanyao. Maybe even Chi-Toy. It's really hard to play a hand like that. On the left, that's the actual hand at this table. 2, 3, 4 Sanchiku being the ideal situation there for potentially Richi Pinfu, Sanchiku Dora 1, and even here, if you get the Richi Dora 1, you're fine with it. Ishanten needing 4 so or 1 4-pin.
Yeah. I mean, the dealer hands overall is pretty sad, so we'll just be pretty much watching Carl's solo journey at the moment. Because everyone else's hand is just pretty much like unplayable right now in terms of how slow their speeds are. I'm not a big fan of what Carl's doing. Just holds the 9 so again, even though they just cut it. It should just be a Sumo Giri, but...
Was it Carl in the other game that just seemed attached to the 9 so much? Well, it doesn't matter. Tenpai now.
Yeah, I think it's... But last time he was attached because it had Sanshoku, so it actually made sense. This time it didn't really, but it's going to be Richi on Conforso. And I guess we'll be seeing a bail simulator from most of the players.
Alan's hand is terrible. The only person that might push is here,
Rob.
What? And deals on in the Apatsu. Richi Apatsu Dora 1.
I was convinced that was going to come out later, but not now. Oh, and his...
and the Aura out to Mongon. I think you just gone 2-pin there and been fine.
Well...
The hand was so far from actually making anywhere. That's a pretty aggressive push. His dealer here now with a double East and a floating Dora could also go Chi-Toy with it. And the 5-mon definitely suggested going Chi-Toy. And I sees the Dora. Like, maybe I should just call that.
Yeah. Very likely to Kitsuki Dora anyways. And even if you just get Tenpai... I cut 2-pin. Oh, wait. Maybe I'd cut 3-pin here. I'm not sure. But leaving out Toy possibility as well, so...
Yeah, the 2-pin... Well, you figure the 1 so is easy to call, so you're not really losing that much, and you're still keeping the Dora. That's a really hard decision as to what you cut. You can cut 2-pin, you can cut 3-pin, you can cut 8, 9 mon, you can cut...
Oh, okay, now it's not
well, now you just got the Dora. I'd absolutely cut Dora, not the 9 mon there.
Yeah.
But on the right, Pinfu, Tanya type hand across the way. Haku's been called, has a Dora there as well. But kind of overlap bloating shape with a 4, 5, 5, 7, 8, 8. On the left, 5, 6, 7 Sanshoku looks pretty good to me if you can get it. Oh, that's the perfect tile.
Chi.
Yeah, you have
Yeah, very important to Chi that with a 5, 7 to get that correct. So now you're...
Oh, and the punish.
And the punish. But I mean, that was the correct play, I think.
Well, the 4-pin was not the correct hold after you griefed once.
Well, yeah, because
but-
your potential Furiton here.
Yeah. But it's now Tenpai on 3-6, so the weight's actually pretty decent.
Yeah, Hakudora 1.
2 3s and 1 6 left in the wall.
Well, Haku's as safe as it gets.
Yep. Meanwhile, these 3 pins, technically still 1 left in the wall here. Meanwhile, the 8 and 1 sods are actually still
And we
on
see a
the
Chi
wall.
for Tenpai waiting on 3-pin.
3 pin. That one's not coming out.
No reason to pull in that, make your weight worse. Just stick with a 3-6.
Yep.
That's
Ishanten.
headless Ishan 10. Tuso seems fine. I mean, it's not a safe tile, but...
Just doesn't even want it. I would have taken the Tenpai Ishanten though. On the
Oh, wider
weight.
well, that's going to
That's
be
the
a
pawn.
pawn.
4 pin.
I assume you take the Toy. Yep.
Yep.
I mean, the 8-mon looks pretty good, honestly.
I mean, I just cut 2 pin, I guess. Like, technically, your chance of furry 10, but you have 3-6 instead now.
The 2's also safe. You see the obvious Toy here,
Yeah. So, oh, double roll
Oh.
time. Oh no,
Well,
actual just roll.
Yeah, just
Yeah.
Sanso.
Dong.
Good job, Alan. Good job. Good for out. Or-
Gets the 2th out. Yeah, that would have been devastating. All right, dealer here is Benjamin. Has a floating Dora, decent shapes. Need to pull some stuff together with a 6-pin and a 5, so it would really help that hand. On the right, 1, 2, 3 Sanshku, maybe Junshan. But that 2-pin's a really ugly draw. You're not quite sure what to do when you draw that one. Across the way, nice shape in So. You have a Dora, otherwise you just sell out an Honitsu, but very much a wait and see there. On the left, 3 pairs, a floating Dora. Probably just go Tanya, end up cutting the 9-so pair.
Yep. Oh, it's a really nice 6-pin draw. Will make extending your shape easier, and you have a potential chance of Sanshoku in one of the meandrid of pin tiles, but I guess this pin for now for Benjamin. Meanwhile, on the right, actually has a
Man, the hand just gets worse and worse.
Just
That
gets
4,
worse
so
and
I'm
worse.
looking at it and just staring at it. That's the type of draw where I'll stare at it and use my entire timer because I just don't know what I'm supposed to do.
And then most of the time you're just complaining internally. You're just like, this hand's just unplayable.
Or externally.
Yeah. Yeah. Don't do that externally at an actual table.
Not
Only-
live, that's the advantage of online play. You can scream and curse at your opponents every bit as much as you want.
Perfect Ishanten now for Benjamin.
I imagine you cut 4 or so here. Because I would want the 6, 7,
Yeah,
8 Sanshoku route.
Yeah. I'd want the Sanshoku.
Or at least the option for the Sanshoku.
Oh,
and
punished.
punished.
I believe it was more likely to get Tenpai on the other side too. Just because you see that Monsu's decently nice in the wall. But we'll see. Well, technically not actually punished yet. Because 4-7 pin hasn't been dropped, or you haven't. Oh, see? Easy.
Well, got the Tenpai.
Yeah, no def. You still on 4-7.
Yeah, ends up in the same spot. 4-7 is actually not great, but not terrible. 2 left on the wall.
What do you expect for a mid-second row Rishi?
Yeah. Especially with a freaking Dora indicator.
Yeah. I mean, that's already one gone. I mean, across is like trying to cook up Song Anko, maybe? But I doubt it, because it just looks like... Oh, that's
Well,
one
there's
4-pin
one of your
gone.
4,
So
so
only
that's the
7
end of this
left.
hand, I think. Only 1-7 left.
Yeah.
You may end up with both people waiting on that 4-7.
Chi.
Yeah, it's a very high chance.
Now, we're going to see, that's probably just a K10 call on the right for Carl.
That's actually kind of weird, because we've actually been seeing Carl just
Just hard fold a
hard
lot of the time.
fold, and not even bothering, so... Maybe they like they know, so they shift the drawing order. Well, that's actually Song Onko E Shanten now.
Yeah, but on that disgusting 4-7.
On the 4-7 that kind of just doesn't exist anymore.
Say there's one 7-pin, and that's it.
I mean, what if they yoink that 7-pin? Oh!
Oh, well, there it is.
Oh, actually,
Each.
8-mon, not bad.
Yeah, I'd
Oh,
slam it.
or just take
Oh,
the
just gonna wait the 6-9.
6-9. Okay.
Yeah, I think we're both disappointed.
I mean, 8-mon was Suji, so it actually wasn't that bad. But I guess 6-mon's Genbutsu.
Well, there is your 9-mon.
There he goes. Oh, let's. Oh, I went to Haite Sumo Sako.
Sanako!
I no. Alright. You might have. He might have just done that to like make us sad, but they're the sad one then. You know?
Yeah, you're really sad we missed that
Yeah.
up. Sananko, Haite. Ooh.
And technically, 7 wasn't even safe. So, I mean, you could have just reach sumo,
Sananko,
Haite,
Haite,
Dora.
Tanyao. Wait, was it Tanyao as well? Yeah,
Yes.
I think that's Paimon.
Yeah, it was like reach sumo, Tanyao, Dora,
Sananko, Haite,
Sanko,
Dora.
Haite, Dora. Yeah.
Home.
Oh man. Well, that's a toy or not toy, Honitsu across right now.
Yeah, just trying to call and go here. Dealer with a Pinfu type hand. Needs a 7-pin pretty badly on the right. Haku Onko. A couple 1 pairs.
Ooh.
Looking to just use the Dora here. I think you just call that. This hand's garbage. You just get anything you can from it. Across the way, gonna hedge towards the Shosushi by cutting the Hatsu here. And good luck with that, considering the Shaw are super dead.
Yeah.
On the left, Ishanten for probably Richinomi.
Well, also Hatsu's just one cut either way, so it's equivalent 50-50. You're not even that sad.
And I mean, Rob's discards, though, are just so sad.
No, Rob is just sad. I mean, Rob is like the stucky Shanten at the moment. That's
Con for Flow?
Con
No.
for Flow.
Man, I caught a lot, but I wouldn't touch that one.
Yeah. Oh, decision. And gets up to the sushi. Yep, that's pretty understandable.
Well, you keep the Ishanten even there, so...
Yeah. Well, I mean, dreams are just dreams anyways. But... Oh, really nice draw here. To improve your shapes.
Kind of awkward choice.
I mean, you just full efficiency. Tenpai.
Yeah. Oh, that is Tenpai. Wait, no, it's not.
Oh, it's not.
There's no pair.
I was like, I thought that was pair.
Interesting
and that was
cutting the 1, so could have just cut the 6-8.
6-8, yeah. It would have been really nice to end on that Sanmenchan there, so...
Yeah, well, it's even more than that. That'd be, a 1-3-4-6 weight?
Yeah. 1-4-3-6, yeah. Yeah, no baton plus Janmin.
Tenpai across the way. And it may come right out, and there it goes.
Well,
It is just the Honitsu there, but a bunch of value ultimately, given the pot. And we're in South 1.
Yep. Well,
Dealer here is Carl with a couple pairs. Probably just Ricci here. The question is, get anything else? The answer is maybe Peiko, maybe Yitsu.
Maybe
I mean, a dream here would be like Doko, but I'm not seeing it. Maybe 6, 7, 8, 9 Son, or 6, 7, 8, or 7, 8, 9 Sanjuku. Everything's kind of a mess. Depends on what you draw. Well, maybe you're just going for anything at this point. On the right, Haku. Ooh. Ishanten now. Would just be Richidora 1, but you want to just go Honitsu. Like, I'm looking for an excuse to cut that 2-4 so at all.
Your excuse is like another Mon drop, honestly. Ooh.
Does that help? I don't think it does.
I don't think it does, but... Well, actually, after I see this
yeah,
ending shape, it's not that
argue
bad.
with this. Yeah, that's not that terrible. Across the way, kind of a Pinfu hand, but feels a little slow. On the left, that's a hand.
Yeah.
Perfect Ishanten for Ricci, Pinfu, possibly Peiko. potential 4, 5, 6 Sanchiku upgrades.
Yeah, the 456 is very unlikely, but it could. Oh no, it's just Tenpai
Doesn't
now.
matter, you just Tenpai, and you do Dora, so Richi Pin Fudora.
Yep.
Waiting on the 4-7. Dealer has 3 of them, and they're unlikely to come out here.
The real question is, does Alan just hard
Dealer has this
shove?
problem, though, that there's a Dora in the hand.
Oh,
It
yeah,
doesn't really
Alan's...
go anywhere.
Oh, Alan's hard shoving. He has a Honitsu Hakudora. That looks like...
Well, the tone is not a hard shove. That was definitely a softer one. The Tuso would have been the hard shove.
Well, it will be a hard shove eventually. That's what I'm trying to say.
Or at least it should.
It should, at least. Right? I mean, the Haku is unfortunately one cut, but... Alan really hasn't made a real decisions yet. Oh,
well, now the 2's safe, you don't even have to think about it.
Yep. Boop, Tuso.
And the 7's Ultigas, so you're not that worried about that one either.
Yeah. And Carl's just folding out. We don't have to worry about him. So Rob is really the only one we have to care about.
And there's your Tenpai, waiting 6-9.
6-9 Mon.
For Hakudora 1.
Sumo.
Oh, doesn't matter. There's your Sumo, Reach Sumo, Big Fudora.
Ura? Ah, see?
Ura, there's your Mongon, and that's a nice little pickup for Benjamin into first place as we hit South 2.
South 2? I think everyone has been hitting Ura. Like, on the important, like, 4-5 or the 3-4.
Well, so that's an interesting topic, because I know you've complained about not hitting Ura, but I'm 8 games in, and I have hit a grand total of 0 Ura.
Yeah. You know, you're just on track to be with me and Nathaniel.
Well, I had more than my fair share last season, which is the only reason I feel I didn't end up demoting. But back to the game, Alan has a Pinfu type hand here. 5-1 would really help it out. A couple extra pairs, though. On the right, Haku pair may just be a call and go, especially considering Haku is Dora. So you don't have to think too hard if you get it. Across the way, probably going for Chinitsu. Of course, we'll take the Honitsu if you get there. On the left, Pinfu type hand, but feels slow.
Yeah. Overall, I'm pretty optimistic about the hand on the right, because you don't even actually need to have the Haku pair. You can just have, like, Sanmin-chan, or even just Ramen, honestly.
Well, that's a nice draw.
Yeah, that's an insane draw. Currently, we'll make that Ishanten. Really,
yeah, it's Ishanten headless. It's one of the most awkward headless Ishanten you're going to find.
It's kind of. Oh, I mean, now your problems are like half solved.
You cut the 2-4 or the 9?
I'm not a fan, but it's kind of whatever.
It is definitely the most efficient cut to cut the 9. So
it is yeah, it's most efficient cut, but often you end on a bad weight.
Ew, Ishanten for Chi-Toy.
Chi-Toy, yeah. I don't think you should be calling here. Like, Rob should just not be calling anything but Haku, so...
Yeah, I agree. Just because of the shape of the hand.
Oh, well, the Haku's not coming out.
Well, yeah, because that's going to be a Chi-Toy tile. There's no way that comes out.
Oh.
Ooh,
that's a decision.
I cut the 3-so.
3-so, because, yeah, for
yeah, because you can call for Sanchoku, even.
Yeah,
Ooh, I hate this. And you pawn it. Easy pawn, I think.
Yeah.
And now the 3's going to come out probably the next turn. But do you even take that? I don't think you'd take that.
Yeah. And does Carl want to take the 6-9? Nope. He doesn't even...
No, just to take the Ipego. Because this also lets him Dama.
Yeah. If you
so
end
I
up
think
on a
that's
bad
reasonable.
Weight, yeah. I'm not exactly sure why Rob decided to do that, but...
And yeah, see... Oh, no!
No, he would have drawn the Haku, though. It's the thing.
Yeah, exactly.
And he wouldn't even have, like, a hard decision anymore. He'd just go boop,
right,
boop, and
it's
efficiency.
easy. Yeah, because then you don't have to take the Sanchoku.
Yeah, just take the fastest Tenpai you can get. So we're in this awkward situation where everyone just has a Dora.
Well, 2-door on the right, but the way the hand was played, it's not likely to be able to use it.
Yeah, and Alan is...
You just throw the 1 back, it's terrible.
Alan is not going to get rid of this anytime soon. Actually, I think he's just folding.
Yeah, now he's
half
just folding.
Across is not going to be able to use Dora most likely. Well, unless you draw 4 Mon. That's the only way you cut Dora. But if you draw like 5/8 I mean, unless you draw 5? I don't know. I'm trying to theory craft how you cut Dora, like why you should cut Dora in that hand, but I don't see one. I don't see a reason. Good. You cheat for K10
Yeah,
at
at this
this point.
point, like someone has it. Well,
Oh,
here's your.
well,
That's how
that's
you
the
do. You
actual
have to
reason
now.
why. Yeah.
This is you have to just shove it.
Pawn.
Home.
But you're not Tenpai because you broke this hand. Rob really misplayed this one.
つも
And there's the
it's
sumo!
cheated the sumo. Yep.
Big win there for Benjamin. Gets up to 46,000, but dealer with an amazing hand.
Monster start here.
Well, the problem is this is often going to be a terrible jump. So this is one of those be very careful when you hit the button because you're gonna you don't want to be in like 2-pin, 4-pin jumpo here.
Home.
Yeah.
I have done that before. Like, wait, what's this tempo?
Ugly shape.
Oh. I honestly want to cut the 2-pin just right now so I'm not tempted to do anything really stupid.
Yeah, but you also can't get rid of the fact that maybe in a miracle chance that you get Chinsu here, so...
On the right, we have a Pinfu type hand as well. Floating Dora, but not quite there yet. Across the way, Pinfu, maybe even Honitsu, but you have that 5/6, so it feels kind of unlikely. But if you see the 7, you just chi immediately and go for it. On the left, Chun has been pawned. Just trying to get this hand over with. Wants to stay above 30k going into all last, get into second place.
Ooh.
Or you see the 1 so is skipped across the way. Had options to go Itsu with that. Would need the 5 and the 7, which are really hard to get.
Currently perfect Ishanten now for Rob.
Yeah, and does end up cutting the 2.
Yep. Maybe there's an off chance it's become Sanshoku, but very unlikely. Oh.
Well, now it could.
Oh,
yeah.
never mind.
Yeah.
I guess not. Not very efficient.
Well,
to
the
go
problem is the
Sanshoku
1 so pair is pretty locked in here, so.
Yeah.
Oh,
Like,
and now that
cutting
2-5 is so bad.
Uh.
Like, I don't mind just cutting 4 so there with how terrible the 2-5 looks.
Yeah, 2-5 looks pretty bad, but at the same time, it's like you kind of just know exactly how much is left in the wall for that weight. But we'll see how it goes because
There's an 8 so pair up
8
Dora
so.
on the right. You want to go Tanya, but you have that 7, 8, 9 in the hand, and then the other option is the 2, 3. So it's just not coming.
Yeah, this could be very restrictive. Yeah, I think you're pretty screwed. I mean, the only reason, even then, if you draw like 6, even if you get 6 Mon, maybe you then cheat 4 Mon, and that's literally how you can fix the hand, but...
Could she this to move to Ishunten? We'll do so.
Yeah. Rob is just stuck here. Oh, Chitoi? Nope. I mean, it's never Chitoi actually here. I'm really tempted to just cut East-East eventually for Benjamin.
Yeah, I honestly don't mind cutting East-East right there and keeping my option with the 4 as kind of a double Kanchan.
Oh, I mean, now it's East-East.
Well, now it's 8-8.
8-pin, 8-pin? Oh, yeah, I forgot.
Yeah, because if you're on the East Shumpole, like, that's one of those, oh, it's completely safe. Wait, what?
I pulled a classic. It's called so I can't see it anymore.
Yeah, it's completely dead. The 8-pin is dead.
8 so. 2 left in the wall.
Home.
You have to call
Or
this
1
and
left
take
in the
the
wall.
Tenpai.
Sorry. 7 so. Door indicator Tenpai. 8-pin dead.
Well, there's a Dora, and you're obviously going to shift to the
Dora Shabo.
Shumpone here. Yeah.
Yeah. 8 Mons are also dead, so it looks like
Yeah,
everyone's
it's dead. Dead.
Everyone's dead.
Oh, and there's your Tanyao, and now you're a little sad.
Yeah.
'Cause you're on the East Shumpole, like, that's one of those, oh, it's completely safe. Wait, what?
Yeah. 8
The seven's
Well,
bad, but it's like, what else are you doing? And
Yeet.
there's your dealer,
oh,
Tenpai,
wait, is
finally.
this like... Oh, well, it's not empty at least. In fact, this is the
Well,
only
it
tile
seems
that
that,
has a winning tile left. There's
yeah.
one five so. Let's go.
Wait,
Uh,
no, that seven's a huge mistake. The
Gee.
4 was completely safe. And you'd be waiting on the Gimbutsu 8 pin. That is a huge mistake by Alan.
what is Alan cooking?
Alan's just not thinking is the problem.
相撲
Oh no.
Well, it doesn't matter. Reach, Sumo.
Hey, Sumo.
Nora does get a little bit back, though.
Wow. To think that the dealer's hand that was the worst is the one that wins. Yep, that's more than
Well,
for you.
dealer now has 3 Dora, so...
Oh, Tanya?
Not the worst hand now. And now look at the Shishanten.
Nope, it's Shantan.
ポン
Oh, it's gonna be a
Oh,
contest.
there's another one. You look at that hand on the right, you're like, I have the best hand. This is amazing. No, you don't.
No, you don't.
No, you
No, you
don't.
don't. You
And
think
across
you
the
have
way,
best.
Chune's been called. And just trying to get this over with. The problem is dealer is so scary here. And on the left, also an above average starting hand, but you have double penchant. So it's one of those that looks worse the further right in the hand you get.
Yeah.
Manju shape great, Pinzu shape great, Sozu shape hideous.
Well, it's now it's Rob drawing simulator here. Rob is always gonna have Dora 3 no matter what his ending shape is.
Yeah.
Because if he gets 7 pin, he just cuts 1. He might even. I mean,
It's
there's no way he
Ishuntan on the
gamos,
left now.
but that'd be pretty cool if he does.
You can't pawn that.
You cannot pawn that. It's actually just an illegal pawn, honestly. 1 pin's a Sumagiri.
Yeah, you just throw that back.
Oh, but that
Well, that's an
Hasudraw
upgrade.
really makes you happy. Now, the real question is, can you catch up fast enough? Because you're 2 Shanten right now. But your shapes are actually insane. Oh, this Tenpai
There
here.
you go.
1
Use Dama, and we're Riichi waiting on 9 pin.
Ichi waiting on 9 pin, probably.
You should just Riichi the 8 here. Because you're kind of hoping to Kabe it
Or-
off, too.
Or you can Riichi, like, 7 pin. You know.
I don't like this.
Yeah, it's not very good. Oh, that's also Ishanten now for this Honitsu. Currently Menhon at the moment. But...
Okay, so I'll take that. There are
Oh.
certain players who I know believe in long Suji that I would do this to.
This is a decision. I guess it's just north.
Yeah.
I mean, you just probably cut one of the Yakuhai there. Oh, that's
Well,
a
there's your
good one.
Tenpai.
Oh.
Just
That's-
4. Oh, well, you can pull this and cut the 5 and go 3-sided.
I'd do
Boom.
it. Yeah.
Cut the 9. Cut the 9.
Cut the 9.
Yeah,
Oh.
because the 9's so bad here. You wait 2, 5, 8, including Genbutsu. Seems good to me.
I don't think they were able to read the 9. It's the problem.
Well,
Okay.
that's the last 7 pin.
Yep. Well,
Oh, there's your 2.
that's unfortunate. Well, at least we know it's just a solo journey now for, like, this Honitsu. Once
another
again.
one. Ugh.
Well, this is gonna take some time. I mean, this eventually.
Yeah, there's not much to talk about at this end, because you're shoving anything on the right. Dealers have a choice. The other 2 can pretty safely fold at this point, I think.
Yeah. Just don't throw Sozu. 9 pin. Is that their safest tile?
No, Tubon is, I think.
There's no way this 9 pin is safe.
Sanzo!
Sanzo!
Deals in for 4,200 will drop him under 30,000 now, and Benjamin extends his lead in this game. Will be dealer here and all last. And just
Yeah.
a pin fu hand, bunch of kanchan, but you're fine with that. Just going to throw that 9 pin back. On the right, probably a Tanyao hand, nothing fancy. But the problem is you need 3,900 to get back to 30,000. Across the way, Just Ricci Nomi, probably. You want to go Tanya, but those shapes are just not there. I actually don't like the 3-so floater cut there. I think I might even go 9-so, 9-so.
Yeah.
Kind of hedge Sanshoku. You have the 8 pin as your power ready. Hedge Tanya. There are lots of ways you can go about this. It is the most efficient cut, I think, for 3-so, or at least most immediate efficient cut. I think over the course of the hand, it gets weaker and weaker. On the left, though, that's the best hand. That's just Ishunten for Tanya. The problem is Rob needs a lot more than Tanya.
Yeah, but most likely he'll just go for any hand that he gets because it's quite hard to come back from here. I think the
Well, and also
funniest.
you want to keep everyone else under 30k,
Yeah.
or you want to keep someone else under 30k. There's
It
your
has no
Pinfu.
diff.
Ricci Pinfu Tanya is good enough. Got the 6-8.
It actually has no difference though. As Rob.
Whoa, 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 whoa,
Whoa.
whoa, whoa. Why was 4 pin cut?
Rob. Whoa. I actually don't think there's any difference because I believe 3 under versus 2 under has no difference. It's only if there's 3 above.
What the heck are you talking? No, so
Really?
if there are, well, yeah, 2 versus 3 above, but you don't want Benjamin dealing into Carl and keeping 3 above. And see, this should be Tenpai on the left.
Oh, that's what you mean. Yeah, yeah. I get what
Yeah,
you mean. Oh, so I was like misunderstanding for a bit, but yeah, I don't know.
yeah, they just cut the 6-8 and it wasn't cut, and I just going, why on earth was that not cut?
Yeah, I don't know what that is.
Like you could even just take the Tenpai, and if you do sumo it and take the Furiton for the Sanchoku route, you could get really greedy doing that. But like this is a really bad backfire.
Yeah, I mean, the funniest thing is if Rob sumos for like, I don't know, 1326 or something, and then Benjamin pays 26 but gains 5,000.
Yeah, which is entirely possible here. So we have a
really
Tenpai
funny.
with no Yaku across the way.
Is this K10? Or it's technically Tanya.
Yeah, it's Tanya with a 1 pin, which I don't think is allowed. That 2-so is a big mistake.
Each.
Okay, does get there anyway. That 2-so was a mistake. That should have been a 5-so instead, because there was a 2-3-4 Sancho who was a lot more likely than a 3-4-5.
Yeah. And we end up in the same position.
You cut 1-3 and just go Itsu. I agree with this.
Yeah, we end up at the same 3 or 2-5 bond weight. More often than not, Alan just folds here, but we'll see. Because he has a chance to re-enter with Itsu.
Well, he's Tenpai without a Yaku. Alan is, anyway.
Yeah,
right
again,
now.
6 is safe. But yeah, this is actually, how many left of this weight is 5.
2 Suji, you push it.
Sushi. Well, it's only 2 5 bonds left for this weight at this moment.
Well, dealer might deal in here.
I
Nope,
doubt
just going
it.
to fold out, which is perfectly reasonable.
Yeah, your first place, no need to push.
Is it Tenpai on the right? No, that is Ishunten. Well, I think the weight's either dead or really close to it now.
Oh, wow.
Oh, and there's Tenpai across the way, 5-8.
5-8. We're looking for a double
5-8
run.
versus 2-5.
Yeah.
Well, the 8's dead, though.
Yeah, the 8's dead. Well, I mean, you always beat Tenpai here, which is really good for Alan, because
5 so. Okay, so that was a very defensive cut. He could have gotten to Tenpai here, though.
This pushes. Unfortunate.
2 players Tenpai. Rob will get 1,500, net 500, but the big winner here is going to be Benjamin with a 34.7. Going to put him up near the promotion line. Alan with 6.9. Nice. Will at least get something out of this. Continue his climb. Will stay in a very good promotion position. In third place, going to be Carl, the minus 10.2. Drops into the negative, is still very safe. And Rob takes a big hit here, minus 31.4. I believe will stay in the promotion zone for now, but that's a pretty rough hit.
Yeah, it's pretty rough overall. And if this, there we go. So Alan now is still in Oh wait, Rob, Allen, and Benjamin were all in promotion. Unfortunately, Carl just is kind of like struggling in the plus minus zero area, but he'll probably eventually make it out. But Rob unfortunately dropped a little
Yeah.
bit.
Well, Benjamin would be in promotion, but Ray earlier had a plus 90 game. I think it was plus 93 or something, ended with 105,000 to jump from around that plus minus 0 point all the way up there. 94.5.
Yep, overall. But that's all for today, and thanks for all watching, everyone. And you can follow us at Twitter or X at American Ricci, and signups for our spring 2024 season is like sometime in March. I don't have that date memorized at the moment. And if you want to watch any of our VODs, they'll be at tinyurl.com/ARMLYT. And just a few shout outs for
Or
some.
just youtube.com/@ American Ricci. That seems to be the theme here.
Yep. And just some shout outs for some upcoming tournaments. Columbus and UC Berkeley Open has just been announced last night. And I believe signups for those are opening up soon. You can join, I believe, the Mahjong General server or just pretty much any server in general for those links for signups. And do you have anything else to add on, or? I'll take that as a no. So this is me, Stanley, and joined with Korak today. Always love Korak's, being here with me. And if you want more Korak, you guys have to advocate for more
If you want more
Korak.
Korak, actually, I will be doing the Ricci Nomi League on Friday, so you can check
Tomorrow.
their channel out.
We're not talking about Friday.
No,
Yeah.
Friday is not tomorrow.
I don't know why it was
I
tomorrow.
wish Friday were tomorrow because I don't have to work 3 days then. But
Same. Yeah, Rishinomi's League starts at, I believe, 4 Pacific, 7 Eastern. So, check that out. Their league is actually really high production value. With
yeah, and they play live with real tiles, none of this online stuff, and they have multiple teams, and it'll be the last session, I believe, of the regular season. So they're setting up for the playoff positions. Anyway, so this is Korak along with Stanley for the American Ricci Mahjong League signing off. Have a good night, everyone.